Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, it's another Sunday night. It's great to see you folks. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at who's been out in the chat here. It was a quiet startup tonight. Not too many early birds tonight. First one in the house is Donald Morris. It's great to see you, Donald. It's always great to see you. And then Will the Rocker. If anything, will be in and out. He's not able to really make it tonight, but he's wishing everybody a good night. So, and then Mr. Fulton, good to see you, Mr. Fulton. And everything spicy, saying hi to Donald, Mr. Fulton. Me Dibble, great to see you. Hey, may contain nuts. Yeah, that's what this show usually, it usually contains nuts, yeah. Or crazy people. Hey, Eric Pollock, awesome, great to see you. Eileen, hi, awesome. And there's James, great to see you, chasing the Reaper. Oh, Eileen, there's Eileen. You know what she wants. Eileen wants a big hug. Give me a big hug. Give me a big hug. Big hug. Big hug. Big hug. Big hug. Yep. Oh, Eileen, you're just awesome. OG-san. Awesome. Great to see you, OG-san. You took tomorrow off. That is too cool. Hey, there's the hunt for heat. Hey, Cindy. Awesome. Hey, Freeman James. Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well there for you and sis. There's Neighbor Girl. Great to see you, Neighbor Girl. Great folks. Hey, I only got one person in the basement this evening. I'm going to bring them up right away. We'll make this a family affair kind of thing here. There's Running Water.
Hello.
Hey. So you're parked?
Yep. Till wee hours of the morning, deliver this load, then come on up home for a week and a half.
So you're going to be home tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. You know, you got to drive careful because they always say accidents happen close to home, you know.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. And we don't want that happening because Running Water and I are going to be doing Chinese on Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be cool. We haven't done Chinese for a couple of months, so I think it was November the last time we did Chinese.
October.
Was it October?
Yeah, that's the last time I was home was the Halloween voting weekend. So yeah, it would have
Oh
been
yeah,
election.
and then you were home during Christmas, but we didn't do nothing outside, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my gosh, October. We're going into March, and I haven't had my Chinese. I hope they got some fresh cats for tomorrow or for Tuesday. You know.
Yeah, probably imported some frozen ones from Texas.
Well, the weather's getting nice, so people will start letting their cats back out, and their food will improve around the Chinese joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
The don't you hate an itch on your back that you just can't reach? Oh, tell me about it. This is no kidding. I had one of those right between the shoulder blades, just low enough that I couldn't reach it over the back, and I couldn't reach it coming up from the bottom. And I thought, man, it's got to be a patch only about that big where that itch is that I can't reach. So I'm doing all these exercises trying to get flexible enough that I couldn't reach it. Finally, it drove me nuts. I jumped in my truck. I went to the dollar store because they always got a back scratcher, you know. Nope, sold out. Don't have any. I went to every freaking store around town, and then finally I said, "Well, I'm driving all the way out to Walmart. They gotta have one." I caught this gal back in the cosmetics kind of area there where the bath stuff. And I looked around, couldn't find one. So I asked the gal, I said, "Where would the back scratchers be?" And she goes, "In a warehouse somewhere because we haven't seen them for a couple months." She says, "They're all sold out." And I think I get asked 3-4 times a week. What? No back scratchers in town? So I'm walking out of Walmart all upset, and I'm going past their paint center, and I see those stirring sticks they got there. I walked over, grabbed one of them stirring sticks, and I go, "Oh!" I grabbed 4 of them, headed out the door, stuck them in my back pocket so they were just sticking out, just obvious as hell. I didn't think I was stealing them. I didn't take any last time I bought a gallon of paint, so I'm just making up for it, you know?
Yeah, something also works pretty good is Bean's rope toy. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a turd. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you want those extra large knots in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, yeah. So the knots can get between the shoulder blades. And, yeah. Hey, plain old Chuck. Plain old Chuck pops in and he retracts his first message. He retracts the first comment he makes. Chuck. The yeah, OG said I sent you the key if you feel like getting up on the panel tonight. Now, spelling error, Chuck says, yeah. You know, I don't know what's going on, but what the heck was that original word processing software they had there? That was ages ago, back in the late 70s, 80s.
Word Perfect?
Word Perfect.
All
I
the
miss,
those hotkeys. Oh,
but I miss it. I miss it with a passion. When I was writing grants for a living, the very first grant I ever wrote, I couldn't believe that they didn't approve any of it. I wrote a grant for $4 million. I thought, they're going to give me at least 500,000 of 4 million. They didn't give me nothing. They didn't approve any of the grant. Hey, Saucy Shane, great to see ya. And so I was talking to one of these guys at the agency I submitted the grant to, and I said, I don't get it. That grant, you wouldn't believe the hours I put into that damn grant. I said it took me 4.5 months of working 4 or 5 hours each and every day just on that grant for 4 or 5 months. There's a huge investment in this grant, and they didn't even consider it. And he said, let me look at it. About a week later, he calls me up and he says, I got your answer for you. And I said, what's that? And he says, well, you wrote the grant at about a 2-year post-secondary school level. He says, you need to downward that grant to about a 6th grade reading level. I go, but no, they've got specialists reading these grants. And he goes, no. You got to downward that to 6th grade level, or they won't even have a clue what you're asking for. Now, these government people are supposed to be freaking smart, right? So, WordPerfect had part of the program was how to scale your speech up or down. So they look at all your grammar and adjust it to a specific grade level. I use that software, and in about 5-6 hours, I had rewritten this huge thick grant I had it in a 4-inch D-ring binder, and WordPerfect, every file for that, read it, and adjusted it down to a 6th grade level. I resubmitted it the following year. Out of a total of 118 organizations that put in for grants, this pot of money, $4 million was all that was available. And I submitted a $4 million grant. Well, there's no way they're going to give it to just one agency out of 118. They gave me 3.83 million of the 4 million. And it was because they could read it. So they got a bunch of classroom kids. They probably take it to some junior high somewhere and say, hey, kids, read these and tell us which one's the best, Yeah. Yeah. Sty, who told you the government was smart? Well, no, I don't think the government is smart. It's their employees should be. When they hire people that aren't elected, you would think they'd hire smart ones. You would think so. Because they're dumb. If you hire really good people just underneath you, they make you look good. I know that. I used that my whole career. I always made sure I had the best people underneath me, and I tell them flat out, you people are going to toe the line, and you better be good at what you said you can do, because you're the only thing that's going to make me look good. Because half the shit you're trained to do, I can't do. I'm a manager. I manage smart people. My smarts are different than yours. It's a whole different story. But they don't do that. Their assistants should be smart, fresh out of college kids. That's the problem. So they come fresh out of college, and all college did was teach them how to memorize stuff and a bunch of bad work habits. Oh, yeah. one of my favorite examples was an exam. I went to Georgia Tech and crammed the full semester in 11 days. We had 11 days, and we had to sit through all of the lectures. And they issued us these two-wheeled carts that had books stacked almost 4 feet high on those carts. And we had to haul in books off to our hotel or motel rooms. And that was the full semester's course material. And we had 11 days to cram everything on that cart, listen to every lecture they would give during that semester. We had 14-hour days on that campus doing nothing but pounding the books and listening to lectures. Then you go to your room and you spend another 6 or 8 hours cramming and studying, because at the end of the 11 days, on the 11th day, you took the exam. And it was the same exit exam they gave if you had attended the whole semester. We get there, and I'm in this class with a bunch of engineers. These are all engineering students. Oh, and they're letting you know they're the cock of the walk, boy. We're smart, man. We're engineers. Day of the exam, the professor says, first thing you all have to know, there's 420 questions. You get graded on all 420. So if you only answer 300, you're only getting graded on 300. But you're losing grades for the other 120 you didn't answer. You have to answer every question to get credit for that question. Right away, all the engineers in the class, in the group, well, what's the grading curve then? And the professor said, there is no grading curve. And they said, oh, no. In engineering, when we take a test, they only count the questions we answer, not the ones we don't answer. They only count the questions we answer. That doesn't work against you. He goes, it does today. He says, you are required to answer all 420 questions. That was the worst exam I had ever taken. It took me 9 hours to finish the exam. We were given a total of 12 to be able to take it. You'd start at 6 o'clock in the morning. That was a bad morning too. 6 o'clock in the morning, and the exam ended at 6 p.m. And it was terrible. It was terrible. But all of these, I passed. It was pretty extreme because they said you could not pass without an 80%. You had to score 80% to pass. And they wouldn't give you your score. The only thing they would tell you is if you were fortunate enough to be in the top 10 after the scoring. They didn't tell you which place in the top 10, just that you were one of the top 10. On the 12th day, you find out whether you passed or not, and you head for the airport to go home. And you sure like hell hope you pass that damn exam, because it wasn't cheap. It was not cheap to take that condensed course like that. I got there the next morning, and I'm standing in line, and I'm watching these cocky engineering students in front of me going, what do you mean I didn't pass? And just having a fit. Several of them. And then next thing I know, I get up there and I'm like, don't act like them. Just don't have a fit. You know, when you get the bad news, don't have a fit. I get up there, and that guy looked at me, and he's handed me a sheet of paper, and I looked at it, and he goes, there's your diploma, there's your certificate. He says, you're in the top 10. What the fuck? All these engineering students are looking at me. That fucking redneck, he cheated. He had to have cheated. You know? No, I worked hard to pass that test. And they didn't, because they were used to this grading curve. you only get scored on what you answer, not every question. So that was quite interesting. Hey, I got to yell out. There's Crazy Ann. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Hugs. Hugs. And the Hike with Mike came in. There's Kathleen Kendall. Great to see you. And who else? I saw somebody else pop in here. Dr. Smith. It is great to see all you folks. Anybody I missed out there, I'm really sorry if I missed you. I'm trying to see who's coming and going through the chat. The Kathleen Snowmen and Snowflakes, eh? Yeah. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, I'm tired of winter. I'm tired. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm tired of winter. Snowed last night, 2.5 inches of snow on top of everything out there this morning. And I was telling Running Water, I kept telling myself, go out there and sweep that snow off of the truck. But every time I looked out there, I could see it starting to slide off the hood and the roof. And like, not just leave it alone. It's doing a good job on its own. It's coming off all on its own. So I took the trash out, and it said it was 31 degrees. Well, that's 1 degree below freezing. I get out there, felt like a spring day, and everything's melting. It's because the sun was out there, no clouds. And it's supposed to stay that way all week, sunny all week, and bumping 40 degrees every day, except for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a cold day, but 40 degrees every day. Yes.
Yeah, the one day I have to work, it's going to be really cold.
Yeah, and then you get to come home and it's nice out, and you don't have a private vehicle running right now. That's all right. We'll get you out, take you where you got to go.
Yeah, luckily I don't really go many places,
Yeah, that's me.
Hang around the house and maybe go down to the bar, which is like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is, you go down to the Neighborly, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. The Neighborly's a good walk for me. That's about 6-8 blocks, to the Neighborly.
Well, when we lived up there next to your building, we used to always go right down around the corner to Scott and ours.
Oh yeah, down to Scott and ours.
Because they never get crowded down there either, So
I used to go to Scott and ours all the time because I managed his building and I was his landlord, and so yeah, I drank for about half price there. Yeah, they treated me really good. And I like Scott and ours because the weekend crew, it got pretty lively in there. Yeah.
Yeah, if they got pool league going or something, you'll get a good number of people in there, but
yeah,
it's never a rowdy crowd. You only have a couple bars in town that get rowdy, but they're on the opposite end of Main Street.
Oh,
you get over on the east end of Main Street.
I was going to say, you want to get in trouble, go to the east end, right? Yeah. Moving on down to the east side. Hey, Jimmy.
What's up? Hey. What's going on? How's it going, Running Water and Sty?
It's good to see you there, buddy.
Yeah. I got to work some this week, so I just went ahead and took tomorrow off.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. I'd have been here earlier, but I was catching up on Saucy Shane's video. So.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yep. Give Saucy Shane that watch time, and he's always fun to watch anyway.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try to survive one more of these while I hang out with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of this or tried this?
I've never.
Was that Materfamilias?
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I've never tried it.
It used to be called MILF.
Really?
Mother's Imperial Liquid Fantasy is what it used to be called. This is one I fell into, and man, I tell you what, it's one of my favorites so far.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hey Raven, good to see you. They should have stuck with MILF.
That's what I said. I was like, man, I would have stayed
what
with
the
that
hell?
name.
That's my old wilderness camp. It was Camp WTF.
Hey,
And that actually worked to my advantage with a few clients. They said, oh man, I saw Camp WTF and I had to check it out right away. And they said, yeah, I was still interested, even though it wasn't quite what I was thinking. Yeah, Camp, what the fuck? Yeah.
So I've recently got into uploading my videos ahead of time. So it's so much easier that way. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's like, you need to slow down. I'm like, man, I recorded those like a long time ago.
And that's it is if you haven't got high-speed internet, man, those videos can start stacking up and you start going, oh my God, if I don't start uploading some of these, it'll be a whole month that I can't do anything online except upload.
Yeah.
When I had HughesNet, I got in that kind of fix one time and I'm like, I got about 25 videos. That's about 5 days of uploads of little 10-minute videos that take 4 hours.
Starlink is finally available here, but I'm torn because I've got a new service that's going to be here about the same time. So I don't want to invest in all that Starlink equipment and then turn around and turn it in,
Not if you're going to go with the other service. Yeah.
The other service is straight 1 gig up and 1 gig down. So it's going to be nice. I won't know what to do. You guys will be sick of me by the time I get through uploading.
Well, just think of all the free time you're going to have. You got
think of all the extra beer I can drink.
That's it. I got 5 uploads I got to do while I stream.
Yeah, oh man. I couldn't imagine. I can't wait, but I can't imagine.
Yeah. Now, even with the speeds I have, there's several times I've got a video uploading while I do a stream.
Oh wow. I couldn't do that. I can't even I got to run around the house, turn all the phones off, turn all the Rokus off, everything just to stream it all.
Oh no.
Let alone upload.
Well, Crazy Ann's all thrilled that you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Shane's going to try a bourbon barrel beer Tuesday.
I can't wait, man. I got to get I've spent way too much money on these bourbon barrel aged stouts and stuff, but I got to get Shane a little care package because I got to do some of these with him live. I want to see his reaction on some of these because some of these have been underwhelming, but some of them have just blown me away, like this one right here, man.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, who would have thunk, eh?
Oh, I'm telling you. Well, he's only 6 hours from me. I'm almost thinking I can make a day trip out of that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Man. He's right down I-40 from me. 6 hours away.
Wow. Hi, JCT. How you doing, sweetie?
JCT. And I do appreciate all the support on the beer videos. I know everybody's getting sick of them. I'm just trying to get my library built up as fast as I can. So,
hey, well, there, just in time for the Sty Story, there, fella.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up, Jimmy?
Yes.
Running water.
What's up?
Phil, you got to get your hands on this one.
What's that?
Matafamilius. It's another barrel aged stout. You got to try this one.
Okay.
It's up there, man. It's up there.
He said that it used to be called MILF.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can find the old MILF bottles, then you're really in business. But
Yeah. Boy, when you get to my age, it's not a mom I'd like to. It's
The Gilf.
it's
G MILF.
no, it's that, yeah, it's more like, a mom that's still alive. At my age, you can't even find a mother that would be my mother that's still alive. I mean, now, if you at my age, you think somebody my age mother is, you're sick, man. You are sick. I bet you hang out in the graveyard after 2 a.m. with a shovel too. Yeah, that's just a little too weird for me. Hey guys, I got to get this Sty Story out of the way.
Let's do it.
I'll make you comfortable over here. There you go. So let's get this Sty Story going here. Well, you guys are all used to my Sty stories. They all have something to do with what's occurred in my past, or sometimes last week even. This one happened back in my high school days. A day at the gym. Oh, was that a day? Whoa. When I went into high school, I go in as a sophomore into the high school, and our old high school in our town, that son of a gun been standing there since the 1850s, for God's sakes. I mean, it was an old brownstone building, big old brownstone building. Old school. Well, it got to the point where the population grew so much, there was just no room in that high school for the number of high schoolers we had. So the communities, surrounding communities that use that school, agreed that we got to build a new school. So they built this state-of-the-art school that they figured, we're never going to outgrow this thing because it's going to be 4 times larger than what we need. Oh boy, did they stick some money into that puppy. They built this big fancy high school, and they were building that thing for 3 years before I was even going into high school. Well, the year I go into high school, they decide we're ready. We're going to move to the new school. Problem was, the school wasn't quite student ready. Teachers had everything in place, everything was there, but there were some logistics they had to take care of. So they started the year off in the old school. So I got to go to the old school for 3 months. Then they moved us over to the new high school. Well, it was a small town. It was small town USA with a big old high school. And all of a sudden we move into this big, huge, modern building. And they're telling us, oh, everything's changed now. You don't have a home room and then go to science down the hall and math across the hall, that kind of thing. No, you sit down here and you have to fill out what they call a mod card. You pick your classes throughout the day, and they're in 20-minute modular sessions. And you're required 1 hour of each course of study. So you have to find 3 mods of 20 minutes, and you lock that in for a certain class, and you fill out these mod cards as to what classes you're going to be in. Oh, that was just not good, because it always worked out. If you plugged all your classes in, you had leftover mods. So we started playing with that mod list. So you had all kinds of free time, There were times where you had to put, I'll spend an hour in the resource center. I'll spend an hour over at the library, or I'll spend an hour somewhere else because there wasn't enough classes to fill all those mods. So that was weird. It had us all confused. You didn't know what you had to carry that sheet around and go, where the hell am I supposed to be next? So the first day we were there, it was all about this new modular system. Then they told us that they had this big project they had to do, something that had to do with the hallways and the bathrooms. So all the students in the school were going to gather in this new gym that none of us had seen yet. We hadn't seen the gym yet. We get to this gym and they've got this, it's like police tape stretched across the center of this thing. Now, it's 3 gyms, but they can open the walls and make all 3 of them one big room, right? Well, each gym, each individual gym was 60 by 90 feet. And there were 3 of those with these big power doors. It was pretty cool watching them power doors work. Well, they shoved all them kids into this big gym, and they got this police tape kind of stuff going across the center. All the girls on that side, all the guys on that side, and they're saying, you don't cross that tape. You get your ass kicked, you cross that tape. Well, whatever it was they were doing in the rest of the school, well, they got all of us kids in this huge ass gym, and we're looking around. Look at the equipment. My God, we never had this crap over at the other school. Big trampolines. These trampolines, they're like each one of them, they had 2 per gym. Each one of them was a big center section with these 2 big wings that would lay out. So you had 3 big trampolines, or you could stand those wings up and you could bounce off them wings back and forth. We'd never seen nothing like it. We're just like, and they're saying, stay off the trampolines. You're not to use any of the equipment in here except during your gym classes. Yeah, okay, yeah, but we're looking. All of a sudden, the bells are ringing and stuff. We're like, what's going on? Here comes the principal in there, and he's got a bullhorn, and he's yelling, I need all teachers, every teacher. I need everybody up by the resource center. You students, behave. Don't get any problems down here. I expect you to be self-policing, he said. And they left, all the adults. True. Left. Well, you don't leave that many boys, a little over 200, in a gym by themselves. No. We got to looking around. The ceiling in that gym was 45 feet high. And they had them climbing ropes. They had the smooth ones, the big round ropes, They had the smooth ones. They had the knotted ones. But each gym had like 8 of those. They're all tied up against the wall. Well, they weren't untied. They weren't tied for long. All the adults left. We untied them damn ropes. There's kids swinging on ropes. There's kids climbing ropes. No pads or anything on the floor. I mean, you fall off one of them ropes, you're busted up really bad. But oh no, we had kids climb all the way up to the big metal girders that ran across that ceiling. And they're going down those girders, hand over hand. 45 feet up in the air going down the girders. Kids all that look like a big barrel of monkeys. Trampolines? Oh yeah, there's enough of us. Everybody get on this trampoline, drag this trampoline out away from the wall, open them wings up at 45-degree angles, and you got 15 kids on it at one time. Kids getting hurt, knocked off the damn things. And we were never put on trampolines in high school before or school at all. Our first experience. The one thing, it was bad enough that they left us in there with certain types of equipment and no supervision. The one thing they did that was really foolish, they had these deals. It was a harness that you put on. You put your legs through it. You strap. It goes over your shoulders, and you strap onto it. And there's a cable hooked to the back of that harness. Well, that cable goes way up to a pulley, 45 feet up, comes down the wall to a crank. Well, there's 4 of those in each of the gyms. Well, us boys, we thought it was great. There were 6 on our side of that tape. All the girls were over there spectating, watching us go wild on our side of the gym. I told this one kid, I said, put the saddle on. Get in this thing. And he goes, but what is it? And I said, it's a ride of some kind. Just get in it. So we did our best, figured out how to buckle his butt up in that thing. Cables connected to the back. I figured out which crank it was. I started cranking, and there he goes off the floor. And I'm going, this is cool. You get him up there, and he's about 4 feet from the wall. And I get him all the way up to where that pulley is. And he's yelling down at me. He says, there's a cable connected to this pulley. Well, all the way across the gym and down the wall, there's another crank, but there's no saddle hanging there or nothing. So I sent one of my buddies over there. See what that thing does over there. He runs over there and starts cranking that, and it pulls that pulley out across the room, right? With this kid in that saddle, and I got to let cable out as it's going across because that kid kept coming up against that pulley. Get him way the hell out in the center there, and now some other boys figured it out. Now we got 6 guys up there hanging from these saddles out in the middle of this gym, 45 feet up in the air. We lower them down to about 25 feet, and they start clowning around. They start swinging until they can get to each other, and they're beating on each other and shoving each other. A couple of them got their cables wrapped around each other. It took them forever to get on. So we got kids, 15, 20 on this huge trampoline, bouncing all over, getting hurt. We got kids climbing ropes with no gym mats down below, no pads. And we got 6 kids up in these saddles up there, hey, fighting up in the ceiling. And in walked the principal and about 2 dozen teachers to check on us. They didn't let us use that gym for 30 days. The girls got to, but the boys, we didn't get. When you had gym class, it didn't matter if it was raining, snowing, a tornado. It didn't matter. Yeah, you're out in the field. You're not going in the gym. They wouldn't let us in that gym for 30 days. The one thing I found in that gym I liked the best is that it was connected to the lunchroom. And you could come in behind the lunchroom, walk down this hallway, and here's this row of like benches, and it's tiered 3 high. So it's 3 rows of benches, and it's about 40 feet long. So there you can put a lot of people in there, but it's all just a concrete room. But I was amazed. It was all glass on the wall that the benches faced. The swimming pool. It was under the frickin' swimming pool. It was at the base of the swimming pool. So you're looking up into that swimming pool. We found that bugger, and I thought, that's good to know. Someday it's going to come in handy. When they wouldn't let us go to gym class, but it was swim day for the girls, you would be amazed at how many guys we could pack in that little cubby that had the windows to the pool. That was pretty cool. But But we learned a lot that day and I think we all agreed it wasn't our fault that we went wild in there. You don't leave that many boys in a gym with that much equipment without adults. Unattended boys will figure out what that stuff is for. We were real disappointed, though, when we finally got to use the gym, and I asked the coach, I said, when do we get to use those saddle things again? Those were he goes, those are for changing the frickin' lights in the gym. Those are not for students. Those are a maintenance item. Oh, well, God, sure seemed like a good gym tool to me. I mean, what a piece of equipment that would have been. Yeah, that was disappointing. That was the only thing in that gym that was a true disappointment. Have you ever climbed one of those boards with the pegs? It's got the holes, and you use the pegs. Dunk, 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 dunk. Yeah, Jimmy knows what I'm talking about. Them devils were 24 feet high in that gym. Yeah, you get up there, you get to the top. They had a bell there. You take one of the sticks and go ding, and then you come back down. You get up there 24 feet, and you're just a kid, just dangling there by your hands. Yeah, you feel like you really accomplished something. But we had kids climbing those boards and making bets with each other. We had one kid, he was sharp, man. He climbed it with one stick. He could pull himself up with enough force to pull the stick out and stick it in the next hole, and pull himself up and stick it in the next hole. And we're out. By the time he's about 2/3 of the way up, he's got both hands on that stick, because his arm's giving out. But never would it be allowed to do that crap. Oh, the kids that it was so funny the week after, man. We'd have to go outside for gym, and the boys would be wearing their gym shorts, and you'd see all these guys with these nastiest looking rope burns between their knees and their crotch because they're crawling the bare rope with no knots. And they get up there, and some kid will grab the tail and start swinging that rope, and the sucker will slide down. And yeah, it kind of burns the skin off between the legs. Yeah, it was pretty exciting. It was pretty, I wish gym was that way every day. Well, I was in high school. I probably would have stuck around more, But yeah, they wanted to get serious with us, do push-ups and other calisthenics and crap like that, with all that fancy equipment. What the heck, and we never knew. Nobody ever told us. Never more than 2 people on a trampoline. What? It's a blast when you got 15, 20 kids up there at one time. Oh, it's hilarious. It's like, it's the ball hut from hell. It's just, yeah, it really is. So there you go. A day at the gym. Just plain and simple at Mound West Tonka High School, the modern state-of-the-art high school that they've decided was going to be the answer to all of our kids' futures. All we learned was how we can get out of control if we're allowed to. So there you go, guys. There's your Sty story for tonight. There you go. Let's go to the gym.
Oh, yeah. I remember those peg boards, man. You get to the top of that, if you didn't have somebody to throw a mat underneath you, you were going to break a leg if you gave out at the top of that thing.
That was it. Yeah.
And the ropes,
the ropes. Oh, them knotted ropes. The first time I climbed one of those, coach would always say, "Have you climbed the rope before?" Well, yeah, at home, No, here. No. Well, then you're climbing the knotted first, then you can move to the regular rope.
Ours wasn't knotted, but it was about 3 inches around. So
they're really big. Yeah, you had a handful, a mittful. It was the same rope, but it had big knots in it about probably every 4 feet, maybe. And I got to the top of that thing slick with the knots. It felt like climbing a ladder, Yeah. And I'm clowning around and laughing at the guys down below, and my buddy's holding the tail down below. and he starts shaking it. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm laughing and I'm not paying attention. And I slipped and I went boom, 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 about 3 knots in the nuts. 3 knots in the nuts.
I'll say every one of those little bumps, that's pretty rough, man.
I when I got to the bottom, once I could talk, I told the coach, I'm going to the smooth rope. I'm never climbing that knotted thing again. No. He thought it was funny. He thought it was pretty cool.
And we didn't have any knots in our ropes. There's a knot down at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, the standard ropes had a knot at the bottom.
Yeah.
My wrestling coach wouldn't let us use our legs either. You had to climb it with your arms only.
Just overhand.
Did make it easier.
Yeah, using your legs. We were given the option to go just overhand, and our coaches, they give you a Snicker bar or some shit, because you climbed overhand. You get a special treat. You done good.
Well, you might climb it overhand, but you're coming down with your legs. I guarantee you.
Yeah, you're pretty pooped by the time you reached top of that rope.
I only rung the bell once in my whole wrestling career, and man, I was terrified. I thought for sure I was going to fall, 25 feet to the floor and kill myself. So,
well, see, and that was it with our ropes. You got to the top, and there was a bunch of like ribbons tied, and I think that was the 24-foot mark or something.
Yeah,
because we only got about halfway to that 45-foot ceiling, but that day they let us run wild. We had kids up on the rafters, just barehanded, hand over hand, going across the ceiling of that gym, 45 feet up. And we told them, well, we thought the floor was the mat, because the floor was a composite rubber floor. And what was weird was that the reason there were 3 gyms like that, each one of them had bleachers that would come out of the walls. They could run 3 basketball games at a time in that gym.
Well, you can't pass up an opportunity like that. I mean, when are you ever in your life again going to get to harness up like that and fly across the gym? I mean,
no shit. I only spent about 5 minutes in the harness.
Yeah.
And then I started yelling at the guy that had the crank to let me down. You let me down, fucker, because if I survive, I will kill you. Because the clowns were starting to fuck with me. The two of the class clowns were over on the other wall, making me go back and forth through the building, back and forth, back and forth.
The only thing I've ever been good at in my life is not passing up opportunities like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I got in a lot of trouble, but man, I would not have experienced those things.
Yeah, I was
going for it.
I was the same way, Jimmy. I was the kid that you never said, "Don't put your finger in there." Don't say that because it's going in there. I'll put my finger in there. What the fuck? You shouldn't have said "don't." Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you were sitting on a rocket ship heading off into space, you'd be like, "Oh, finally, this is what this feels like." Like I've been waiting to feel this. So that's the way I've lived my whole life. Like I'm just whatever's there, I'm going to jump on it.
Yeah, Dr. Smith saying my fat tail couldn't climb that some bitch. we had this kid. We called him Tiny Tim. His name was Tim. God, he was 6 freaking feet tall as a sophomore, and he didn't quit growing until 2 years after high school. That bitch got so big in his life, but he was so big in school. The knotted ropes. He couldn't climb the standard rope. And he kept telling the coach, "You tried jacking 280 pounds up that rope." He says, "Have that kid crawl on your back and then you climb that rope," he says to the coach. And the coach says, "I'll tell you what, I'll let you pass the class. All you got to do is climb up 3 knots on the knotted rope." And that kid, he got to that 3rd knot, he got up there, and the coach goes, "Congratulations, you did it. You're good. You passed." A couple minutes later, "Well, you can come down." Kid says, "Once I catch my breath." another 5 minutes or something. You had to have caught your breath by now. Get out. Kid says, "Oh, no, I'm not ready yet." He was up there for almost a half hour relaxing before he got brave enough to come back down.
Coming down, that's a trick.
I thought if you're gonna fall, it's on the way down. That's when you'll fuck up, you know. Yeah, I did good getting up here, but boy, I made it only a fourth of the way down, and here came the floor.
I remember in the 80s, we all really got into like BMX bikes and stuff. So we built this big half pipe ramp out. This is when I lived in California. And like I said, I just go for things. And I always wanted to, you know, ride a half pipe. And I can remember seeing my shadow on the bottom of the half pipe turning over like this. And that's the last thing I remember. I woke up and my forks were bent in on my bike and everything. And yeah, it's not the going up that's the hard part. It's the coming down that's the hard part.
Yeah.
The sudden stop.
It's always that landing that will get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was ski days. You know, that during the winter we have Mount Ashland Bay right there in Bayville.
Yeah.
And I thought I wasn't much of a skier. You know, it's just each winter for the class go skiing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm following some of the ski team people down through the route. And there's this spot where you got these 3 little jumps. They're just little hops.
Moguls.
And
Moguls.
I come down. I hit the first one, landed great. Second one, great. And third one, the final one's a little bit bigger. Right? Coming off, and I've got the perfect form. I'm flying. And I see my friends sitting there. Their eyes are just huge. Just waiting for. I couldn't figure out what was wrong until I looked down, and the skis aren't there anymore. That the first 2 jumps knock loose the rigging on the skis, the bindings. So when I come off that 3rd jump, the skis came off, and I'm in perfect jump form without the skis. So I hit that snow so hard.
Wow, man!
I used to love it. When I was a teenager, I downhill skied a lot. I loved it. I loved it because they didn't think I was a teenager, and they'd let me drink at the lodge, and it was. And you met a lot of girls out at the ski lodge, but there were times I'd ride the tow rope up a couple of slopes to get up and ski about halfway down, and then stop and find a good spot way over on the edge where nobody's skiing, and just sit there and watch. It never failed. Every night there was at least 2 or 3 or more guys that you'd hear, "Get the hell out of the way, get out of the way, get out." Their girlfriends talk to them into going skiing. They never skied a day in their life. And then sons of bitches are coming down that hill like a rocket. And they're just, their poles are out as wide as they go, "Get out of the way, get out of the way." Yeah, just laughed my ass off. All the crash and burns of the newbies were just hilarious. And then you'll see that one guy. He's a jock, a local jock, and he's snow plowing down the hill, just shaking like hell, and he's snow plowing down the hill. Well, his girlfriend, she's just as graceful as can be, skiing down the hill, and that big old tough bastard snow plowing, and I'm doing it. Gets to the bottom. I made it. I never fell down. You should have seen yourself, you big pussy. You gotta do like these other guys. Get out of the way.
See, I never skied. I was more of a BMX and skateboard guy when I was in high school. So I got hurt a lot.
I can never do wheels. Wheels were not my friend.
I cannot roller blade or roller skate to save my life, but I can skateboard all day long.
I loved playing hockey, but my ankles are so bad, man. There was so often that I'd blow an ankle out, and by the time I'd get my foot in the hockey skate, we actually had these leather straps with ratchet buckles made that I could put around my bowers, and I put 2 of them on there, and you'd ratchet them so that the ankle couldn't even bend, and then I could skate. Then I started out in hockey playing center, and the next thing I know, because of my blown ankles, you'll make a good goalie. No, fuck you. I don't want to be the goalie because our hockey, Phil will probably appreciate this. You talk about a way to train a goalie. Our hockey coach, that son of a bitch, had one of those pitching machines that you use for little league, pitches the fucking ball for you. So you don't have a pitcher out there. You just load a bucket of balls and you stand at the home plate and that thing will pitch a ball at you about every 30, 40 seconds. He had modified one of those so he could shoot frickin' hockey pucks out of it. And he dragged that thing out on the ice and us goalies would just go, no, coach. He would knock your ass and it's just ba-boop, 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 until you fall on your ass and he'd shoot you right into the cage. He'd just keep hammering you with hockey pucks. And I tell him, when in the damn game am I going to have 35 hockey pucks hit me all in a row? And he goes, every time a puck hit you, you learned something. Yeah, I learned you're an asshole with a goddamn hockey puck machine gun. You know, what an ass. And he'd shoot for your face all the time. He's always shooting for your face. You got to get used to them pucks bouncing off your cage. What? You can't get used to that?
It sounded like my wrestling coach when I was in high school. He would whisper in our ear and shit. He'd be like, take your last breath, sunshine. And he would choke us out during wrestling practice. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to freaking die.
I mean, talk about cruelty, eh?
Yeah, take your last breath, sunshine. He just choke us the hell out.
I'll never forget Little League. Oh, shit. I was 12 or 13 at the time. And I used to play first base. Dislocated my thumb so many times it got to the point where, man, that I was shy at first base. You know, they just drive them into you at first, so you got a tender thumb all the time. Yeah, so they said, well, we're going to put them over there and we're going to make a catcher out of them. And I said, shit, I don't want to be. It's just like being a goalie, you know. Catcher's just a baseball goalie, and they tell me, oh, we got a new pitcher. This kid is good, man. Man, you are not going to believe this kid. Man, can he burn a ball in there? Well, I found out, man, even with a good old catcher's glove, man, I could feel it every time he'd hammer one into. Yeah. I mean, God, he could burn a ball into you. Well, we had a play where second threw it to the pitcher. Pitcher's going to drive it into me because I got a guy coming off a third and he's just barreling in on me. And pitcher's going to get it there as fast as he can. And you're not supposed to swear in Little League, right? Just as that pitcher burns that frickin' ball into home base to me, the kid running in goes, get out of the way, fucker! I turned back, and it felt like I got hit in the face with a school bus. And I landed on my back, and I sat up, and I couldn't see. And my vision seemed like there was something in the middle. And then I realized there is. That frickin' ball had actually embedded itself, and it was only about a quarter inch from the bridge of my nose into the face mask. Because I had an open wire face mask across the eye slots, wire at the top, wire at the bottom, and it went right in the vision slot, and it expanded it enough that it held. I couldn't even pull the baseball out of it. I said, that's it. I'm not the catcher anymore. I said, you guys never say. That's like somebody shooting at you, and the bullet goes, stops right there.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll play left field. I'll play left field. That's it. I'll be left field.
That's it. Yeah. Put me in left field. Yeah.
Well, left field
with a lawn chair.
Yeah, imagine that, Phil. I'm in left field.
Way out where the dandelions grow.
I'm out there like swatting flies with my glove.
That's right field. Left field is the most active. Left field and center is the most active.
Yeah, actually, right field's where you want to be. You just take a lawn chair with you and something to drink, and occasionally you might have to get up and chase a ball.
Well, now the thing about right field and third base is every now and then there's some guy that's really skilled with a stick who will light your ass up out there. So you got to be careful out there.
Right field is behind first base.
Right field is, that's what I'm saying. Left field over there behind third base. That's where I
the other right field, right?
Yeah.
You can tell how much baseball I play.
About the perspective from the field.
I'm a wrestler, guys. I'm a wrestler. I'm not a baseball player.
I'll never forget when I signed up for Little League, and the coach, he goes, well, what position do you think you're going to be good at? And I said, you're the coach, where are you going to put me? And he says, well, we're going to work you throughout the field. And then he goes, well, and then of course, you got to run bases, and it's some bitch sitting there with his stopwatch, and he's having you do different shuffles and crap. And at end of the day, he starts telling everybody what positions they are. And he looks at me and he goes, you're playing first base. And I go, why in the hell am I playing first base? He says, because you can really throw that fucking ball, man. He says, you can throw from first to third just like a pitcher driving one in right over the plate. And he says, and you catch really well. And I go, so? And he goes, but you can't run with a shit. Fuck yeah, thank you. Yeah, now I know why. Yeah, right field, please. Behind the first baseman. Yeah, come on. Help me out here. And the first baseman, I found out, is a dangerous spot because some son of a bitch is bound to let go of that fucking bat. And that son of a bitch is coming at you like a pissed off helicopter right down the baseline to first base. If you're going to throw that bat, throw it at the pitcher or the crowd. Don't throw it down the first baseline. Fucking idiots.
Trying to
you think it would go over their shoulder, and off. But oh no, straight down the first baseline.
Yeah.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
I got out of all sports involving the ball and just went to wrestling when I was a sophomore.
Yeah, and I was purely running. They tried to get me on the football team because our town and then the neighboring town, Washburn, had a joint team. And they're like, you'd be great because you run real fast. I was like, no, I'm like 125 pounds.
Yeah.
The first time I got caught, I'd be in trouble.
That's it.
Well, they're like, they almost had me convinced until we were, they're trying to get me pads. And none of them fit. And they're like, well, we can put a set of the thin training pads on you and then put the regular pads over. I'm like, no. I'm so tiny you have to put 2 sets of pads on me. I'm not going on the field with these big bastards you got on.
I liked football. It didn't like me. Me. My coach and then the opposing team's coaches kept saying, he's too mean. Yeah, there's an awful lot of dirty contact going on out there with him all the time. Well, if you hit me a little wrong, I can't wait for the next play. It's your turn, buddy. Oh, did I? I don't know how my knee ended up on your Adam's apple, you son of a bitch.
When you're left guard, you just kind of sneak your hand right into their face mask. Yeah, right. Maybe catch an eyeball. I don't know.
Yeah. Here, let me tweak that nose for you. Crunch. A
little better suited for rugby.
And they were looking for excuses to get me off the damn team all the time. And you know how they got me off the team? One of the coaches caught me having a cigarette at the stadium. We will not have smokers on our team. I said all the guys are smoking dope.
You filthy smoker.
Yeah, filthy smoker. And everybody else out there, they're all a bunch of fucking dope dealing sons of bitches, and you're going to kick me off the team?
You showed me one guy in high school that was on the football team that didn't smoke on the weekends at the parties and stuff. Yeah.
Well, Yeah, and then they started that crap with squeal on your teammates, you know.
Oh shit! You didn't do that in California.
And well, it didn't go well the first couple of years because people found out that you're going to get your ass walloped pretty good. You don't say no. What happens out of school stays out of school.
My problem being 5'7" is I was always left guard, and I got so sick of being left guard. That's how I ended up going to wrestling. The wrestling or the football season would go into the wrestling season, so I would have a head start on all the football guys. And they couldn't take my letter. I held a JV letter like all through high school, and the way it worked at our school was it wasn't about what grade you were in. Like the JV guy was the second best guy, then the varsity guy was the best guy. I could never beat the varsity guy we had. He was a badass. He would have killed me. But I held that JV letter forever because the football guys would come in late to the season because the football season overlapped. And I'd had like 2 months of wrestling by the time they showed up. So I held that JV letter forever at our school.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't become coordinated until I got in the Marine Corps. I was, I'm 6'1", 155 pounds. I mean, I've always played outside and, was semi-coordinated.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, we played little league ball, but I didn't play, in high school or anything. Once I got to that age, where I was in high school, I played basketball in the morning with some of the fellas, and, I was average at best. And it wasn't until I got caught up with got some muscle and stuff on me and got coordinated through boot camp and whatnot. Then, I went from playing right field. And then when I started playing softball, when I got out of the military, I was playing left and left center because I could cover a lot of ground really quick. I was a lot more confident with catching and hitting and those things that I wasn't when I was, 11, 12-year-old kid. So I got a lot of my confidence and a lot of my coordination, through the 4 years I had in the Marine Corps. So,
That's my oldest grandson. What a big kid. I mean, he's a brute. He's a brute. And all through school, they pounded him. They wanted him on their football team. And I told him, go for it. He goes, no, I can't. He says, because if somebody pisses me off, he says, I'll just get in trouble, And I told him, I said, but you could vent all that out there on the field, You need to go out there, and you're so fucking big. You just, man, goddamn quarterback crawl in your back pocket, and you just walk across the line. There ain't nobody bringing your big ass down. That kid just never went for it, and I felt so bad that he didn't, because I think it would have been good for him. I think he would have done well. His quarterback would have loved him. Yeah, can you make a path for me right through there? Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah.
I went to I used to, we did wrestling tournaments, and me and one of my best friends, Art, he was, a foot taller than me, same weight as me. We were on the wrestling team. We went to a tournament, and the guy that was kind of like the champ of our division was there, and the dude was just over there just ripped. I mean, you just see every vein, every muscle. He was over there jumping rope and shit, trying to intimidate us the whole tournament. And we get to the tournament, and I had won my first 2 matches, and I was about to get to him. I had just had to win one more match. And I'm 5, like I said, I'm 5'7", and the guy had to wrestle because I was heavy. I had to wrestle this dude that was like 6'2", and he elbowed me in the eye like 3 times. When you start wrestling, you're in a down position, and he acted like he was trying to turn, but he just kept elbowing me in the eye. So I just snapped, and I took a big swing and punched him in the back of the head, and I got disqualified, right?
Oh,
And when I got disqualified and kicked out of the tournament, well, my buddy Art got sent in my place right to wrestle this dude, right? The only match he had all day long. Because I've been just slaving away, right? I was just freaking exhausted. I'd been fighting all day. My buddy Art gets to go in my place to the championship map, gets pinned in like 6 seconds, and gets a fucking silver medal. I don't get shit. I was so fucking mad all the way home. That's
I bet.
Wrestling tournaments right there. And my coach was so mad when that guy elbowed me because my eye was all split open. I was bleeding all over the place. And I took a swing at the back of that guy's head, and that was it. I was kicked out. and then my buddy gets to go in there and get a silver medal just like that. Just getting his ass handed to him in like 6 seconds.
I've got a granddaughter that she decided she wanted to go into wrestling. They got co-ed wrestling here in Ashland. And her first season wrestling, I was at one of the matches. I tried to go to all of her matches, and I was at one of them. All of a sudden, third boy that she just hammered him. Just hammered this poor kid. And that kid's sitting out on the mat, and she's up and just like, yes.
Yeah.
And she turned around and looked, and she goes over. She's patting him on the shoulder, trying to help him off the mat. He gets up and he's rubbing his eyes. He's crying, you know. His old man comes out on the mat, and he says to my granddaughter, he goes, "Get away from me, you little bitch." Oh, don't say that to my granddaughter in front of me. So all of a sudden I'm out on the floor, and here comes the coaches. "Hey guys." And I'm going, "No, we're having a wrestle." I took my glasses off and threw them towards the stand. "Somebody watch those for me." And I'm like taking my coat off. I said, "Come on, you son of a bitch. You and I are going to have a wrestling match out here, you SOB." Talk to my little girl that way. And he embarrassed himself so bad in front of this whole gym full of parents. He goes, "That's the third boy she's made cry tonight, and I'm sick of seeing it." I thought, "Do you realize what you just said, you moron?" I looked at him and I said, "I take it back. I don't want to hurt somebody that's so mentally challenged as you." And I turned around and started walking on. People started clapping. They started clapping because I told them he's too mentally challenged for me to go out there.
My mom never went to one of my matches, and she's 4'11". She's a tiny lady, right? She never went to one of my matches because she'd have been just like Sty. As soon as that guy had elbowed me in the face, she'd have been out there. If she'd have saw my eyes split open the way it was, oh yeah, it'd have been.
I would have pulled the coach to the side and see if there was something he could do to bring some justice to things. But
I'll tell you what, my coach, he was out there. He was out there. Now it was rough. It was bad.
But I had never got involved in any of the kids or grandkids sports that way, other than her. You know, when he called her a little bitch, I thought, no, you don't call my 14-year-old granddaughter a bitch in front of 500 people sitting here watching this. No, you ain't getting away with it. And
I wish they'd bring boxing back to high school. Man, could you imagine?
Boxing, I liked boxing, except for my girlfriend, Cindy Mendelson. Cindy, her old man, her and I'd get in an argument at their house, and her old man, her dad would say, "That's it, you two. You know where the closet is." Sure as shit, she'd run, grab the gloves. We'd both put gloves on. "Come on, you little shit. I'm gonna fuck." She could pound me so bad, you know. And I tell you that she's the only woman in my whole life where I gave it everything, man. There were times after an evening at her house, both of us were sporting nice shiners the next day, you know,
cauliflower ears,
and we were happier than hell because I mean, I didn't you know, it was the kind of thing where she said something nasty to me, so I poof. You know, it was all right. You two are arguing too much. Quit talking. Get the gloves out. You know, and it was because she could hold her own. I mean, that girl could hold her freaking own. If I belted her right in the nose, she'd hit the floor, straighten out her nose, and get up, and she'd have that look like you're fucked up now, Sty. You know, and,
I'm one of those weird guys. When I was doing jiu-jitsu and MMA, man, if I come home with a black eye or a busted nose or a chipped tooth, man, that was like the best night of my life. And Marcel would be so goddamn mad at me, she couldn't stand it. But
getting yourself all beat up like that, what the hell's the matter with you?
Ain't nothing better than getting a black eye, man. So many people are so terrified to get a black eye. They'll pull a gun on somebody to keep from getting punched in the face. As well. I'm telling you, it's an awesome feeling. Just catch a black eye every now and then. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
For me, it goes back to what my father told me. I had 3 guys giving me a bunch of shit right at my own home as a kid. And I told them, that's enough of, you know, back off. And they started getting pushy. And I turned, I looked at the old man. He's sitting in his recliner and he's just watching us 4 boys. And I go, Dad, do something about this shit. You know, they're starting to shove and push. And he goes, I ain't in the room. Well, them 3 boys had their way with me. Boy, they beat the tar out of me right there in front of my old man. And then my old man, finally, he said, yeah, hey, wrap it up, boys, wrap it up. Boys. He says, now, you boys scurry on home. He says, you had your fun for the night. And I sat there on the floor, all beat the shit. And I go, Dad, you didn't help. He goes, you need to learn how to get beat up.
Yep.
He says, that's your problem. You were trying to win with those 3 guys. There's no way in hell you're going to win against those 3 because 2 of them were outsized you by 30% each.
You're not going to win against 2 guys.
And he says, you thinking that you're going to fight till you win was your failure. He says, you kept getting up, you poor dumb bastard. You got to learn how to get beat up. When the fight's over, you got to know when it's over. He said, you could have gone down in the first quarter of that fight, and they would have just said, yeah, let's go. We're going home. We're going, because he's done. He says, but you were never done. That's dumb. When you know it's done, you got to say, hey, man, it's done. In your mind saying, but there'll be another day and it'll just be me and you or me and you or me and you. And you know, you want to go home. So you got to know when and how to get beat up. And then walk off with that shiner or that busted nose and say, woo, that was a close one, man. Whoa,
just love that shit. When you're laying there with just blood streaming down your face and you're smiling, I'm telling you what, you will not scare a man more than if they have beat the shit out of you and you're just sitting there smiling about it.
They don't know how to react. That's the best
time I've ever had. Thanks, man.
They do not know how to react when they know
Believe
that
me, I've been there a lot.
Yeah, when they know that you lost and you're sitting there and you're chuckling about it and you're going, "Oh, that fucking tooth." Oh, shit, what the?
I mean, shit.
Wait, check this out, guys. Look at this cut lip.
Oh, this hole in my face right here didn't come for free, guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I took a good beating in high school. We were playing lacrosse indoors, these plastic lacrosse sticks. And man, I had just had one of these days where this one dude, he's a bigger fella, you know, muscle wise and whatnot. And he come across and whacked me. And I turned around with my stick and I took him right across the face. and we just kept playing. Well, someone said, you know, we're playing, and I get off the gym floor, and someone says, hey, so-and-so's out in the hall, out in our little foyer area where the drinking fountain was and everything else. So I go out there, and all right, he wants to fight. I didn't want to fight, but I went ahead and fought him, and we wound up fighting and scrapping and everything else. I got a good punch on him and blackened his eye. Well, I took a beating. They pulled him off of me, and I, you know, my lip was kind of all swollen up and everything else. but he had to walk around school for the next 4 or 5 days with a black eye that I gave him.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
They don't even think of the rest of the fight because he's got the placard on his face, man. That's I found out the hard way in high school. Beware the little guys, man. I had this one little bastard. I'm running down the damn hallway, and this little bastard, he's kind of nerdy looking little bastard, and he's leaning against the lockers, and he sees me running, and the son of a bitch sticks his arm out, clotheslines me as I'm running past him. Whew, my feet went out from under me, landed on my back in the hallway. My books went flying. I got up and I turned around, and he's looking at me and he's pointing at himself. Like, yeah, it was me. I walked up, never done it again my whole life. I walked up, grabbed that little bastard by the shirt, pulled him up close to me. Don't do that. You grab them and push them away from you. Don't pull them up to you. I pulled them up to me, and I'm not kidding. It was boom, 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 boom. I let go of the fire. I couldn't see. I mean, both eyes swollen shut that fast. My nose laying on its side, and I'm just bleeding all over. And I'm like, I got this murderous little bastard up close to my face. No, you don't bring those little guys in. You push them out. Because then they're swinging at you, but they can't reach you. You just
you don't grab a honey badger and bring it up to your face, man.
Boom, boom. It's pull in as you're swinging out. That's back and forth motion. Don't ever suck that little bugger up to you. He'll kick you in the nuts. Well, you got him 8 inches off the floor, and you're waiting for that swing, and all of a sudden, he just kicked you in the nuts. You put him in the perfect position.
Remember, us little guys got something to prove.
Well, that's it. They all got this "I want to be big" syndrome.
They got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah, that's right. If I win, I'm a hero. If I lose,
our principal asked that kid when he had the two of us in his office about this whole fight. He asked that kid, "Why did you beat him in the face that many times?" And that kid says, "When you're small like me and a big guy like him grabs you, you think you're going to die." He says, "And you do everything you can to not die."
Like Phil said, you got.
I'm looking at that little bastard and go, "I don't think you're ever going to die, you nasty little shit." You're safe, man. You're safe. The word's getting out. Everybody's going to be laughing at my ass, not picking on you anymore. Don't worry about it.
You assume that little guy, you're going to grab him up. He's going to back down. You don't have to hit him or nothing. You just get the point across.
That's what I was going to do. Was get him up.
The little bastard attacks you.
That's it. And I was just going to pull him up to my face and say, "Listen, you little son, if you ever pull that shit again, I'll fuck you up." I wasn't going to do anything to him except throw a little scare in him. Right. Holy fuck, did he light my Christmas tree up? He did. Yeah, because he instantaneous. I mean, I no more than got him close to me, and it was just boom, 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 boom. It was about 6 punches.
Straight up. I met my match with another short guy. And he was a boxer and I was a wrestler, and kind of the same situation. We got in a little altercation. I grabbed him just like you did, and he lit my ass up.
Yeah.
And just like the big guys, I had to walk around with a black eye. I'm devastated walking around school because I finally got my ass handed to me.
That's it.
Yeah, that was the first ass whooping I took in school, but it wasn't the last.
You got the vicious little chihuahuas,
Yeah, and that's it. Is you need one of those guys in your life at least once, because that's when it teaches you that you can't count on somebody. There's no such thing as fighting fair. I mean, because you just don't know the moves of that other guy. It's different when you got two boxers that routinely go against each other. They learn each other's moves and actions. But boy, when you're going against somebody and you just don't know that the suckers can go off that fast, or they can be one of those that it's going to fade for a long time, and then he's going to come on to you real hard. You don't expect it. So it's yeah, you gotta kind of.
We all talk about the evils of social media, and I'm going to tell you the good of social media. So me and this guy way back in 1985, got in this big fight, and he just beat the shit out of me. And then we just become mortal enemies. Every time we saw each other from 85 to 90, it was a big freaking ordeal. It was a big fight. And so just about 3 years ago, we connected. Me and him connected on Facebook, of all places, and we buried the hatchet, and now we're buddies again. Like, that is one of the good things about social media, and most of it sucks. Most of it's just toxic bullshit. But if you got some old grudges out there, like I'm telling you, I just whooped my ass, and
you can test the waters here. You can test the waters out here with some of your old rivals, because they do change. We had a guy, his name was Ross Beard. And, he's a big, mean bastard, boy. He was, he was 3 times your classic bully, and you could count on it. You're going to get your ass kicked at least once a year in school by Ross Beard, because he picked every kid in school, and he'd clean your clock. I went through that shit for like 5 years with him, and I'd see that somebody's coming down the hall, and I don't know who he's pissed off at today, so I'd run like a son of a bitch just so he wouldn't see me, because he might target me today. Well, I had a couple bad run-ins with him where I walked away pretty ripped up, and it was about 4 years out of school. I'm on the street. Well, I got a little bigger, a little wiser, and I don't take shit no more. I run into him on the street. I see him walking towards me, and I'm thinking, oh God, this isn't going to be pretty. This is not going to be pretty, because I'm not going to step down from him, All of a sudden, he stops and he's acting all nervous. I stopped and I thought, what's he doing? And he's looking right at me, and all of a sudden he walks up, he doesn't get within arm's reach, and he goes, Sty, he says, you remember me? And I go, oh yeah. I said, how convenient that we're meeting out here on the street. We're not forced together this time. We're just kind of meeting each other here. And he goes, before you start pounding on me, I got to say it. I want to apologize for the times I beat on you in school. And he's on and on and on. And I'm in so much shock. It's like, what the hell happened? This guy, he was the biggest asshole through all of school days. And I asked him, I go, what are you doing now? Because I figured nobody ever hired the son of a bitch. He's so cocky, nasty bastard. And he goes, you see that big van over there across the street? I said, what, that hippie religious van thing over there? He goes, well, yeah. He says, I run a mission for street kids now. And I said, oh, you found Jesus. And he goes, you're not going to hit me, are you? Right away. You're not going to hit me, are you? I said, oh, you're lucky today. I said, Jesus is looking out for you. And we saw each other dozens of times after that. We even sat for coffee together and stuff. And whenever the old days would come up, man, he was just so apologetic and this and that. And I finally got it out of him that after high school, he cocked off on the job site. He was working on a construction job site. He cocked off to one of the old timers on the site, and that old timer gave him a bit of a 2x4 for a while. And he said that kind of opened my eyes. He says, once I could open them again, he said, that guy beat the shit out of me. And I said, well, how often does that happen? He goes, that was the problem. It only happened to me that once.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's it. That's it. Fucking bullies, man, look for your advantage and set them straight so they understand the beatings they're giving others, you know. Because if they've never experienced it, never failed, they'll just keep on going. They'll just keep on, you know. I don't care if they want to scrap, you know, but it's this intentional hunt you down and beat the shit out of you for no good reason shit that I don't like. But if you want to scrap, yeah, let's scrap. Let me take my teeth out and give somebody my glasses first.
One good ass whooping will change your whole life. Once you've really had your ass kicked, it will change everything for you. You're going to realize you're not Superman. It's
Hi,
not
Kathy.
the universe. You can get your ass kicked. It'll change.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why I was so good at track and cross country, because I was so good at running away from that shit.
That's, yeah.
Well, you also have to get smarter as you get older. Now, see, during this whole COVID thing, my son had 3 of his friends that would come over. Now, one of them had been training for the whole MMA like you were doing. So he was showing the boys all the moves and whatnot. So he'd be out there in the yard with some headgear on, and they'd be, you know, boxing and whatnot, and hit each other. And then they get down on the ground and they show them different wrestling moves. And I'd be watching them. I'm thinking, man, I ought to go over there and put the headgear on. And you know what? No, I shouldn't. I mean, you know, I would have the weight on all of them. So if I hit them, it would probably have a bigger effect if I hit them. Right. You know, them being, you know, 155, 160 pounds and wiry and whatnot, move out of the way, and then I get clocked with one. Yeah, I was like, you know what? And there's been plenty of times when they were doing that, when I looked at it, just, you know, that little bit of masculine, a little bit of testosterone in your body starts kind of cooking. You think, I had to get out there and just kind of, you know, see if you would just kind of play around. And it's like, no. Keep your mouth shut. Go about being dad and just keep walking.
That's why I always went for the biggest guy in the gym. I had nothing to lose, right? I was either supposed to lose or I would miraculously win. One of the two, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's it, is you can't figure out the pecking order until you do a little pecking, right? That's you know, I'll tell you something. You're what you're talking about, Phil. Running Water can appreciate this. Running Water just turns 18, and all of a sudden he decides he's going to sow his oats, right? I expect that of boys. I expect that of my boys. You just never know when it's going to come, right? Where they're going to say, guess what, Dad? You ain't at the top of the ladder anymore, you know? I am your equal, or a little better. Well, he decided to sow his oats with me one day, and he made the mistake, give me a goddamn push, gave me a shove. I was on him like flies on shit. Right in the living room, boom, had him right down on the couch. And I said, you son of a bitch. And he starts nailing me in the left rib cage. Boom, boom, boom. Get off me, Dad. Boom, boom. And I'm like, boom, fucking shit. Boom, boom. And here the 2 of us are going at it right on the fucking couch in the middle of the living room. Whole family's like, holy shit. And I would not quit. I would not. And I told, I'm looking him right in the face and belting him, and he's punching me, and I'm going, you ain't going to fucking win. I said, you'll have to goddamn kill me. And boy, I tell you what, you're going to be hurt before you do. And he goes, fine. So I got off him. He gets up and he kind of gives me a little shove, and then he takes off for the front door. And I'm going, get back here, you son of a bitch. And he runs down, we're in a split entry house. He runs down the stairs out the front fucking door. I run over to our patio. It goes off the second floor, run out on the patio, and he's out on the road, walking down the road. He looks back and sees me. He goes, you're crazy, you old son of a bitch. You're nuts. And he goes, I'm never coming back. I said, you'll get hungry. And I walked back into the house. Well, we had, get this, the local minister and his wife over for coffee when this happened, right? Yeah. And they're sitting there at our kitchen table watching the shit going on in my living room. I walk in and I sit down in my chair at the kitchen table, and my ex-wife, she goes,
Kathy.
"Are you okay?" And I said, "Give me a few minutes and I'll let you know if we need an ambulance or not." I couldn't breathe. I was in so much freaking pain. But there was no fucking way I was going to let him know that he won. There is just no, if it would have got another 5-10 minutes, I was getting pretty close to where I'd have to get dirty to win, And I thought, I don't want a dirty fight with my kid, if he wants to scrap, we'll scrap, but I don't want to get dirty. Yeah. But I figured, I'd have to get dirty to win. But it was funny.
My whole life as a short man. That's how every fight is with me. Like, you might win, but you're not going to want to do it again.
Well, that's it. And that's the way I've always looked at it. Is I just want to make sure that when I lose, you're going to wish you hadn't won.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than being a winner and going, fuck, that hurt. God, it hurt to be that winner. It hurt a little too much. I shouldn't have even played the game,
Yeah, I had to go around with a little guy like Ojisan. I think it was like in, I want to say six. I mean, it was
Night Eagles family.
Since it was in sixth grade, and he was one of these little short guys, very popular, kind of funny. We used to play football and stuff together out, Nerf football and stuff out on the playground. And something happened, and he pushed me or something, and I just kind of backed down because he's popular and everybody. And the other guy in our class, his name was Phil as well. He says, "You gonna let him do that to you?" I'm like,
"Yeah." Oh, don't you love that shit?
Yeah. I was like, "Well," he's like, "Man, you shouldn't take that stuff from him." So now suddenly I got courage that, all right, well, going and kicking his ass now, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to have everybody against me, right?
Right.
Fulton calling me during the Fulton, can't you see? Anyways. So we get out to the playground, and he's like, "Why you want to kick my ass?" I said, I was mentioning him pushing me or whatever it was, and I just doubled up my fist and I hit him in the cheek, right? Down he went, boom. I go back into the school. Of course, we've both gotten in trouble. And all of a sudden, all the girls hate me.
Yeah. Why'd you beat that guy up?
Yeah, you're so much bigger than him. Why are you picking on him? I'm like, usually the way he talks to me and whatnot, I says, we're now, of course, we're still friends on Facebook and everything else, but it was like, it was one time. Yeah.
Doesn't matter, boy. You just got that title, you brute.
I just became a bully. Yeah.
You're just a goddamn big bully.
I was always one of those big guys I wasn't fat as a kid, but I was always one of ththose tall guys that was taller than everybody else. But I was always one of those guys that I didn't pick fights. I did everything I could to stay away from fighting. I seemed to get into fights, but I tried to stay away from them.
That was me too, is all the way through my school years. I always avoided any of them damn fights. I usually tried to talk myself down out of it, with the guy. He's going to pound the hell out of me, and I try to talk him down, fuck. I'd even make offers of, hey, Friday night, we're all going out drinking this and that. You want to come with? Come on, let's just wrap this up. We don't have to go there. But I was the kind of guy where too often I allowed others to draw first blood, and then I'd say, no, fuck, I ain't taking it. I don't take it. I don't want to give it, but I ain't taking it. I don't want to take it. And it was after it was in my adult life that I got to where I don't like you son of a bitch. Get away from me. And I warned him a couple times. Then I'd draw first blood. Fuck you. I'll just hit you. Some bitch won't go away. Look at this guy. Hey.
Oh, Travis.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, it's going good.
It's another beautiful day.
I Another beautiful day. We're all still breathing. It's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to cut out because I have to get up really early if I want to get home tomorrow.
That's right. Well, you
Yeah.
just got to get home before Tuesday morning so we can go for Chinese. Jesus, look at that. Lapierre's
Still
45.
And it's dark outside, and it's 9. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It got up over 50 today.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Now tomorrow's high is 28. So
Yeah.
the temperature keeps dropping and stays there.
It's only going to be 19 here tomorrow.
Yeah, 24 here right now.
Yeah, but look at all those other temperatures. Getting up to 52 after next week.
Yeah, 20. Fucking blue screen. 21 in Ashland, Wisconsin.
It's twice as warm here.
Damn it. I'd be twice as happy if that's what our temp would be. Actually, no. I'm glad it's warming up outside. I'm glad. But the warmer it gets out there, the worse it gets in here. Right now, 78 degrees in here. 78 freaking degrees. Can't open them goddamn windows, man. They'll evict your ass. Yeah. But like I said yesterday, I videotaped myself opening the goddamn windows and then what the temp was, and I showed the temp what the local temp was, and because I warned them before. Now tomorrow I'm going to have a good talk with them again. I want to see my day in court of them trying to evict me for trying to fucking survive.
Right.
I mean, Jesus Christ, you can't. It hit 85 fucking degrees in here. That you can't expect the person in the end of February to be suffering at 85 degrees. And I looked at the humidity level, but they got this thing in the day room downstairs that shows the humidity in the room. And fucking humidity was 75, I think it was 75% humidity. And in the 80s, that's miserable shit. That's, especially when I've got 2 fans. They run 24/7.
Look at a rat.
Yeah, what the heck? Some little rodent dressed as a dog.
One of my guys at work today, his dad is in the hospital, so he had to take a drive to Michigan. So I'm watching his dog for the next week.
Oh,
It's Rocky. He's old. He's a rat.
He looks like a rat.
But he makes
Rocky.
stupid whining noises.
Rocky.
But Sty, you're the first stream I've been on since on my new computer. Look at that.
Serious. There you go. You're up and running, pal.
And I got my new wireless because it's Bluetooth. I'm like, I'm a baller now.
You betcha. I got a nice, expensive pair of Bluetooth headset here that I could have sent you because that son of a bitch, every time I get it to work on my machine, next time I try to use it, my machine can't find it. Can't find it.
Well,
Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Bluetooth works. Then it can't find it. Then it works. Then it can't find it. So fuck it. I just use hardwired ear.
I bought a second monitor, but my desk is not big enough to have 2 monitors. I tried. It just doesn't work.
Just don't work, eh?
But I am going to download that game, Jimmy, because now my computer can run everything.
Which game is it? The paranormal one?
Yeah, the Phasmophobia.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I can't wait to do that.
And I put it in my other earpiece too, so I can get surround sound.
That game has scared the shit out of me.
That game, watch it. What you were showing there, Jimmy, that game, and watching they got the intro to it. That makes me think of the original Silent Hill on acid. Yeah. I mean, with that, it's so fucking dark, and all of a sudden, boom, some fucker standing at the end of the hall staring at your ass. Yeah,
it's like you're searching and you're searching and you're searching. Then when it's finally there, it just scares the shit out of you every damn time.
I used to play that game Granny on my phone. You put the little earbuds in. Man, that thing would make me jump so many freaking times. It just had me nerve wracked. I was like,
I love any game where I can put a good stereo headset on, and it's one of those games where you can hear that fucking serial killer crunching in the fucking woods right the fuck behind you. And you don't even want to turn around and look. But you hear this son of a bitch. He's there. And then you hear another one on the right coming up, sneaking up on you. And it's just, when you can hear shit around you, and then all of a sudden something jumps right out in front of you. You're so worried about the shit in the bushes. There's something right in front of you. Those kind of games where you just about want to wear a Depends to play.
We put together a 4-man team playing Phasmophobia. I tell you what, that'd be like one of the best streams ever, because somebody's going to scream. Somebody's going to scream like a bitch on that. And sooner or later.
Have you ever, Running Water he's played quite a bit, but you ever play the Dead by Daylight?
No.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah. Him and his brother, Running Water and his brother's really into it. I mean, almost too much, but that's another one where you got all of these classic killers. You got Jason and all them characters. And you got one of them nasty bastards. It's after a group of people. You're playing online, a bunch of people. And you got to get these generators running. And you find the keys to the vehicle to get the fuck out of there to save yourselves, right? And rarely do you ever fucking... Because then, sons of bitches, there's hooks that they'll grab your ass and they impale you on a fucking hook. And your teammates out there, if they can lure them away, one of them can run up and get you off that fucking hook, and you're okay. Or they just leave you hang there until you freaking die, and that's what most of them do. You see them sneaking by because the bad guy's fucking with you, trying to kill you, and you're like, you can save me. And no, you watch them, they're sneaking by. Fuckers are crawling through the bushes, and you're like, we're playing together. Don't leave me hanging in. No, you'll get me. Fuck you. The conversations are hilarious. It's like, you rotten bastard, you left me here with them.
When I play Phasmophobia with my kids, they're like, oh, God, Dad, it's all over you. It's killing you. I'm like, no shit. Like, it's killing me. And then they're gone. They jump in the van. They're fucking back to the headquarters. I'm dead as shit.
Yeah. Leave him behind. Fuck him. He's lost. He's lost.
Yeah, I can see him like peeling that rooster tailing out of the fucking yard.
There's no saving them. There's no saving them now. Those kind of games are funny because you really find out who the fuck your friends are. I mean, you get in a fix and boom, they're gone.
I love playing Among Us, and I know it's kind of old now, but I love it because everybody's lying to each other, and you really get down deep into who people are playing Among Us. You gotta lie to each other, like if you're the killer, you gotta lie to everybody else to convince them you're not the killer. That is so fucking fun.
I was watching Micah play that on stream, and he says the most we can play is like an hour because I get so pissed off.
Oh yeah, people getting some life-changing arguments on that game.
It's kind of
hear that stupid fucking dog barking
and
whining.
You better let him up in your lap.
He was for a while. Then he jumped down. Rat's gonna be a rat, man.
Yeah.
Just so long as the Texas rats aren't bigger than him.
Right.
Texas rats are pretty big.
You get close enough to Flint or Detroit, they get some pretty big rats. We were out on a test drive, a demonstration thing. I think it was when I was with Toyota a long time ago, and we are just outside of downtown Detroit. We're down by Detroit Metro Airport, and they got a route that we're driving these cars on and whatnot. There's just 4 people in a car, take a turn driving, and there's a route that everyone's going on. And we come up to this intersection, which isn't a big intersection with a bunch of, you're like out in out lane. And I swear to you, 20 yards in front of us, across on the other side of the street, this thing comes bounding across the road like this. And I swear it was a rat. Had to be, yay big around. Probably the body of it, I would swear, is probably about 18 inches long. Like, son of a bitch, did you just see that? And there's a couple of the guys, because we're in that part of Michigan, that were from Ohio, and they're like, was that a rat? I was like, yep, that was a rat.
That was a rat.
A big fucking rat going across the street. So,
I had some
down here, yeah.
I had some kids from Chicago come to the farm that we had in central Wisconsin, and I had a couple of Nubian goats, or one small one, and it was kind of a dark brown. And them kids got out of the van, and this kid sees that goat, and he goes, "What the heck is that?" And I said, "It's a goat." And he goes, "A goat, huh?" He says, "God, if I could take that back to Chicago with me," he said, "I could freak out 1,000 winos with that damn thing." He said, they'd think that was the biggest Chicago rat they ever seen. He says, I'd turn that thing down an alley at night and just watch the winos come running out. He said, that was pretty funny. Hey, Samantha. Hi, sweetie. But you talk about big rats in Detroit. All right. It was part of the original auto plant there in Detroit that they had converted into a warehouse, like a Commonwealth warehouse. They dropped freight there, and then they'd ship it out around Detroit from there. And I had a load that I had to drop off there. And I had a trainee with me. This guy had never, ever left the state of Wisconsin in his life. And we end up in Detroit, industrial area. And they tell us we're not unloading you till morning. And I'm like, oh, shit. It's like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. And we hadn't even had dinner yet. I thought we're going to get unloaded. We're going to run and find somewhere to eat. Oh, no. We're stuck there till morning. And he goes, is there anywhere we can walk to eat? I said, you walk anywhere, you'll be eaten. You're not going to eat. You're going to be eaten. And he goes, what the hell are you talking about? I said, you just watch out these truck windows as the sun sets. I said, all the street urchins, they come out. You'll see them. They'll be wandering around. I said, all the crackheads, all the street urchins, they all come out. And I said, and the damn rats, man, those damn rats. We're sitting there. The sun starts going down. I didn't expect, I maybe see one homeless person or something wandering through. There's nobody going to be around that frickin' warehouse. Oh my God. There were all kinds of street urchins showing up. They're wandering on their little groups. It looked like a post-apocalyptic movie. I'm like, holy shit, look at them all. And he's getting just nervous as hell. And he goes, Sty, look at that pipe sticking out of that building across from us. And it's maybe about 40, 50 feet across from where we're parked. And there's a black pipe about that big around sticking out the side of the building. He goes, there's a fucking cat coming out of that pipe. Oh no, that fucking rat barely fit in that fucking pipe. And it came out of that pipe and jumped down on the blacktop, and it started that hopping as it's scooting across amongst all these homeless characters. And he goes, what the hell is that? And I said, it's a rat. He goes, no, it's a muskrat. It's got to be a muskrat. I said, no, it's a regular. Look at the length of its fucking tail. It's a rat. And he goes, what's it doing? I said, it's looking for its homeless person that's sleeping so it can eat. When I got him back into Wisconsin, got him home, you should have heard all the tall tales he was telling these people. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. They got rats down there that are 40 pounds and they're that big around. These tails on them that are 2 feet long. They eat homeless people. Oh God, I laughed so hard. I told his wife, I said, that's all bullshit. I never told him. I stripped. He saw the rat. It wasn't that fucking big. I mean, he's talking about something the size of a German Shepherd here. It was the size of a big house cat, but it wasn't the size of a German Shepherd, for God's sakes. Yeah. Hey, Sterling Silver, good to see you.
I feel like Running Water wants to show us something.
No. My
right.
phone was overheating from the truck running, so it stopped charging. So I had to turn the air conditioner on to cool my phone back down so I could charge again.
I thought maybe he's in one of those parking lots where there's post-apocalyptic people and rats running around. So
No.
thought we were
yeah.
I got that little rat bugger back there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's comfy as sin.
Bean. Well, you can't hear me. That's right. You got the headphones on.
He has me. I'm going to be chauffeur to take him and Bean to the pet hospital so Bean can get his shots. Now Bean's going to fucking hate me for the longest time because he'll know I'm the one that took him there. No.
Oh, he doesn't. He likes going down there. He doesn't mind the shots, and he likes going down there because all those girls at the vet, they all love him up and give him treats and peanut butter.
I'm going to go there for my shots from now on.
There you go, right, Sty?
Yeah. Because I heard they come out, that's curbside service. They come out and get you from the vehicle and bring you back out. Yeah, maybe like I'll go there for my vaccination.
Yeah, maybe get your COVID shot there, Sty.
That's it. I'm going to ask them when we get there. Do you guys do COVID shots? I'll come for mine,
I hear it's really better if you give it to me in the hip down here. Let me pull my pants.
Right down here. Go a little lower there, would you? A little lower, yeah.
Shit, I'll take all 3 of them at once if I can find some place to give them to me.
Well, now they're finally coming out with the 1-shot deal,
Johnson & Johnson to the rescue. Yeah.
Johnson & Johnson, they're the ones that sell the thermometers, the anal thermometers. It says right on the package, each thermometer is individually tested. What? Anal thermometers are individually tested? What do they have? A bunch of people lined up with their asses sticking out and they're just quality control is testing all of these and then putting them in the package? I don't know.
Army training, sir.
Army training, sir.
Red does not mean cherry flavored.
Oh man.
I am not waiting on my COVID shot. I'm waiting for them to tell me I have to take it. Other than that, and kiss my ass.
See, that's my issue. Is I know I'm going to get a bunch of heat to get it done. You got to get it done, Sty. You're at that age. You got 2 of the high risk health situations, all that shit. And the thing is at this stage of the game, I mean, it's been the last 3 years, no flu shots at all. I get the pneumonia shot for good reason, because if you I don't care what the hell puts you in a bed and you're flat on your back too long, pneumonia is a real risk. So for me, pneumonia could kill me. But all the other vaccinations, I don't get that shit. And they keep hounding me. Your tetanus is past due. It's past due. Yeah, the minute I step on a rusty fucking nail, cut myself with a rusty knife, I'll be right in for it. But until I need it, I ain't taking it. Yeah, give me shit that, no. But I keep getting grief for that. And I tell them, I just don't want the goddamn shot. I don't want COVID. I don't want the shot either. So, and they say, well, you should pick one or the other. Well, fuck, I can't intentionally get COVID unless I go into a goddamn COVID clinic somewhere and
Start
Start
tonguing
licking everyone.
lip lock somebody that can't breathe. Hey, that one looks like they got COVID. I'll go slip them some tongue and get it over with, right? But but I'm a firm believer. It's my choice to choose one or the other or none at all. It's my choice.
My body, my choice, right? We
So
finally get to use that as men.
If
No,
you
I
want
don't-
to take it, if you
I
want
don't
to take it like
understand.
me, take it. If you don't want to take it,
I
don't fucking take it.
Right.
What I don't understand, I do not understand. Maybe Travis can help me out on what their what their thought process is on it, but it's like, okay, my brother and his wife and their 5 kids, as they were growing up, they were homeschooling the kids and that, and then their school district got a hold of them and said, your kids can't come to the school district anymore because they would have their kids participate in gym classes and other things like for social interaction, right? Well, the school said, no, you can't your kids can't come here anymore because they're not vaccinated. And my sister-in-law and my brother asked the key question that I've always asked. Is everybody else at the school vaccinated? Well, yes, they are. That's why your kid has to be vaccinated. Well, if they're all vaccinated, then they must be protected, right? So my kids are the ones taking the risk, not those kids. And those are my kids, not your kids. So I'll decide the risk factor for my children. And they said, no, your kids cannot come here. They can carry those diseases in this. But you said that everybody's vaccinated. If they're all vaccinated, then why does a non-vaccinated individual scare them all so much? That's a question I have never heard a good answer to. I've heard a thousand answers. What's that?
That's like the reverse mask argument.
Right.
You know, it's the same thing. It's just in reverse. You know.
Well, if everybody else is wearing a mask and I'm not wearing a mask, why do I have to wear a mask? I understand that. It's funny, here where I live.
I think there's a big difference between the masks and vaccinations. So
the masks.
I mean, the mask is more of a comfort thing that you're just, you make a person feel comfortable because everybody's wearing them. You put one on so that, it's a fit-in thing. To me, is the mask thing. But with the vaccinations, that is invasive. You ever poke something through my skin, I don't give a shit if it's a needle or it's a butcher knife. Get the fuck back. I don't want you poking shit in my skin because this is the only thing I truly fucking own is my body. Back off. Don't touch it.
I'm the most needle phobic person in the world. I know I will pass smooth the
Guani,
when they give me the vaccine, but I'm taking it. As soon as I get it.
I don't mind needles.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
I'm the opposite. I'll pass out. I'll throw up. All that stuff. But I'm taking it as soon as I can get it.
I've had the lab technician ask me to go to the tattoo parlor and get a bullseye put on my arm here. They said, we'll put a little X where we want the center of the bullseye and have them tattoo a bullseye on each arm for you.
When I was in the Air Force, they had this special couch in the clinic just for me, and that was Sergeant Harbaugh's couch. Like they knew I was coming. They knew I was going to pass out, so they just laid me down on the couch, give me my shots, take my blood, and all that good stuff.
Oh, that's like when I used to have to go get angiograms done all the time. I mean, I had 7 angiograms done in 2 years. And after the first one, every angiogram after that, the minute they'd get me in the prep, first thing that would happen is a nurse practitioner would come in with that little white cup and a drink of water, and she'd say, well, it's good to see you again, Sty, our favorite disgruntled patient. Would you please take these and have that little bit of water? And We'll be back in about 20 minutes.
I was always to the point where I could still talk and I could still hear, but I couldn't
Hey,
open my
Gilder.
eyes and I couldn't move. I was in that state of shock. I don't know. I can't even describe it. It's weird as shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the 80s took care of any fears of needles for me. You
Mm.
know?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Time in the hospital, you know, is like when I lived
Yep.
down in Iowa, you know, twice a week I'd be down giving plasma. It's like, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead, stick that big fat needle and go ahead, suck it out.
See, they won't take mine, you know.
Maybe Mrs. Roger Rabbit.
Here, every single blood drive, even, I mean, the only way I can give blood is if I'm giving blood for another family member, matching blood type,
Yeah.
because of all the ink I have, all the tattoo work.
Now, if I'm just getting a shot, like they give me the shot and they get out of my arm, I'm okay. But if they stick the needle in there and they leave it in there like they're drawing blood, I'm out. I'm stone cold, a dead body laying on the gurney there. So
Yeah, I want to watch. I want to see what the hell.
Hey,
it is.
Mr. Roger
Yeah.
Rabbit,
not
good to
me.
see you, girl.
I'm like you. I want to watch. You know, they want to stick the needle in your arm to take blood, or they want to do this. You can just turn away. If you, nope. I'm watching what you're doing.
What are you doing?
One time, this kid was so nervous because he knew I always passed out. He got real nervous, and when he went to take my blood, he like jerked, and he stuck the needle and it went in my arm, through the vein, and out the other side of my vein. And the end of the needle was sticking out, and there was just blood shooting like 8 foot across the room. And that's the last thing I remember. But goddamn, did I choose it when I woke up.
You know, I'm that way too. I want to watch what they're doing. At here in Ashland, yeah, I've been transported by ambulance enough times, you know, and been in the hospital a ton of times. They go to put an IV in me. I tell, if I'm insured, fuck you. I only live about, what is it, maybe 15, 16 blocks from the hospital. I'll call the ambulance because our ambulance crew, man, they put an IV in. Shit, you don't even feel it, man. It's just, and it's sweet. They put an IV in me. I got to the fucking hospital and they said, well, that's just a temporary IV. We're going to put a permanent one in over on this hand. And they put their permanent one in. And the next morning they had to pull that son of a bitch and do one farther up my arm. And then that lasted a day and they had to pull that one out. And they kept using that temporary one the paramedics put in. I tell you what, those paramedics can put a freaking IV in so fast, so smooth. It was awesome. The paramedics, I see them guys. If I see them in a restaurant down here, fuck, I'll say, I'm buying that guy's lunch, man. I'm buying his lunch. They are so freaking good. And I've sat in a hospital and they send someone in to put an IV in me. And I go, could you by chance check the emergency room and see if maybe one of the Ashland paramedics is here and just send him in to do it? Because I don't want you fucking doing it. It's going to hurt like a son of a bitch and it ain't going to last for 24 hours. Oh, that pisses them nurses right off. Pisses them right off. And I'm sorry, but some people, they got the knack. That's like at the clinic, the guy that draws my blood. That there's times where there was one time he said, here, let me slip a glove on you. He says, I got some shit going on. He says, I got to go between you and that. And I got the damn, I got a vial in your arm. Can you help me out? Yeah, sure. And he slips a glove on my right hand and I'm holding, pop the vial and get the next one started. What lab technician in the world let you do that shit? Well, he's so good. He is so good. Man, he draws 9 vials of blood and it only takes a couple minutes. It never hurts. But I've been worked. Shit, I went and they said, we got to check your blood sugar. This is when I was in the hospital for an angiogram. We got to check your blood sugar. You come in, snap, I go, Jesus H. Christ, what the hell did you need to use a spike? She pulled that frickin' machine away from my finger, and it's got a big pile of blood running down the side of it. I go, what the hell have you got that thing set at? I think that pin hit the bone. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't ever believe them when they say this is going to, you'll feel a small prick. I don't feel small pricks, so I wouldn't know what that would be. Feel a small prick my ass. That felt like a pretty big prick to me. Yeah.
I don't like getting the finger poked. I take blood from my arm. I don't poke my finger. It leaves it sore for a day or two.
Oh shit! I poke my fingers 3 times a day minimum. I got 2 machines sitting
you're
there.
Used to it though. See, I don't. It doesn't happen that often. But when they go through and they poke your finger, it stays sore for a day or two.
That's because they got the some bit set too deep. These things adjust. They've got an adjustment on them, and you can tone that thing down where you go snap, and it's just enough that you get a drop of blood big enough to take the test. But a lot of them crank that son of a bitch up. They figure, oh yeah, you can tell he's working out in the woods, tough hands. We can crank that all the way up and wham, right to the bone. You don't have to do that. And yeah, if you're testing a lot, your fingers do get fairly callous from it. I do both hands, so I spread it out enough that I can still have decent touch in my fingers.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a good night.
We'll see you running tomorrow.
Good night.
Yep.
Night, buddy.
See y'all later.
See ya Tuesday at the latest.
Yep. I'll send you a message when I get into town tomorrow.
Okay, I might look for it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Catch y'all later.
Yeah, later.
I've got good veins, so I've never had any problems with anybody trying to find my veins. I think one time I had a problem with someone, and they took me 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, are you having a hard time finding my vein? Because I ain't never had anybody in my life. They always get that thing going like, oh, yeah, you got good veins. This will be easy. I had one person one time that was having a hard time, and I'm like, are you in off the street or something? I didn't say that, but how you feel. You got good veins. You don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, that lab technician, he's good, man. He just nails it every time.
Veins don't roll. It's just poor technique.
You ain't poking me.
Well, that's probably good poking people, huh?
I've been doing it for 19 years. I'm pretty freaking good at it.
I bet Travis took mainline in your ear.
Travis, if he was in the room, I'd say, hey, Trav, do me a favor. Get this clown out of here, and would you just,
The best part is when like my wife and stuff would go to the doctor, like she had to go to the ER or something, they had to give her an IV. I had some of my old students as was working in the ER. They were coming to give an IV. They saw me. They're like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Like,
yeah.
Let's do this. And like really shaky. I'm like, stop.
Yeah. Just calm down, relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
veins are not that hard. It's called human anatomy. They always run in the same direction. So even on really big people, if you hit the right direction and you're going the right direction of a vein, you're good to go. All these people, it's like, I understand people have tiny veins, but you're also probably going for the wrong one. And plus you're probably dehydrated, which is my problem. That's why I always challenge the people that they say they're the best of the students. I'm like, go ahead. They're like, your veins are really flat. I'm like, that's because I don't drink water. So
my problem is they're always having to chase me down, like in the parking lot and stuff. To try to hold
that South Park episode trying to give Cartman an injection.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
It's not mining. It's called fishing. You fish for the vein. But yeah, I go and I was when I was working in the ER for the longest time, they would call us up to go do like the pediatrics and the neonatal IVs and stuff. So yeah, we got pretty good. I don't think there's ever been a small enough vein to where I couldn't hit it.
That's good. Yeah, I guess it would be the smallest ones to have to work on, huh?
But it's all technique. Like when people have the rolling veins, it's all on how you do it.
Now I can give a shot. Like I could stick an IV in you guys, but I just don't fucking come at me with a goddamn needle. That's
I mean, you stick no needle in my damn arm. You might go to
talk about we all come to your house to hang out for our recovery. I'm just bringing a whole bunch of IVs and I'm just hooking it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'll wake up with the IV in me and be like, "Damn it, Travis!"
I'm like, I'm trying to take care of you, buddy. Banana bag.
Hey, I tell you how I used to recover when I was survival equipment guys. I would take, because in the parachutes we packed, they had the pure oxygen tanks, and if it had the smallest nick in the hose, like we had to cut the hose and empty the tank and get the tank refilled by life support. So we would always find a nick in the hose and go back to the back room and get a one-man life raft, and you'd inflate it and close the hood and get inside that thing and just pop that pure oxygen tank and suck on that for about 2 hours. Oh man, you were good as gold when you come out of that thing.
Oh, I used to love the helium at the Dollar Tree. I was a store manager, night manager, and I would wait until there's a bunch of people in the store, and right by the balloon station, of course, we have one of the intercom phones. And I go over there and I crank on that helium and welcome to Dollar Tree, everybody. We're at our specials tonight. And fucking people would laugh their asses off. And those nights, man, I go home with the worst fucking headache, man, because I'd be sucking that helium all night, just making people laugh. Well, when I was scuba diving for deep diving, you use oxy helium mix and commercial gear, and we were on this one shipwreck up here on the north shore of Lake Superior, and there was 6 of us on the dive. Okay. Fuck, I never laughed so hard in my life. The 6 of us communicating, and the guys up in the boat, when we finally went through our decompression, got to the boat, the guys in the boat still had tears in their eyes. They said, "You should have heard you goofy bastards talking down there. That was crazy." Yeah, they're just a little strong on the helium mix this time. Yeah, we were a pack of chipmunks swimming around in an old wreck, you know. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun.
We all had our bottle of 500 milligram Motrin and a bottle of pure oxygen, and I mean, there was no hangover that we couldn't get over pretty quick.
Hey, good night, James.
So what does pure oxygen do?
What
does pure oxygen do to you then?
Well, you know, alcohol just displaces oxygen in your bloodstream. So when you're sucking pure oxygen, it'll sober you right back up. You're still going to have the headache and shit, but you'll be sober as hell.
That's why they pump fresh oxygen into like casinos and stuff to keep you lucid.
Yeah. Yep.
In Vegas, and you can play slots for hours.
Yeah, they don't want you falling asleep.
Your brain is going to be like, I'm drunk as fuck, but I'm wide awake.
Yep, they don't. Right, they do not want you falling asleep at that machine.
And one time I got alcohol poisoning, and the pure oxygen tank did me no good that day.
You just saturated.
Did you know good? There wasn't enough oxygen in the world.
No, I got a letter of reprimand for that day, so it was a good day.
I had to spend 21 hours in an iron lung down in St. Paul, Minnesota. I made a really dumb mistake. I went scuba diving in Lake Superior, and they weren't deep dives. 120 feet was the deepest, I think. But we dove for 3 days, and I did everything right. then we caught a flight and we went down to Cozumel. And I dove down at Cozumel and we were diving at about 150 to 180 feet. Went through all the decompression. Everything was done properly. Went to the airport, got on the airplane, hit 20,000 feet, and I thought I was going to fucking die. All of a sudden, I've got nitrogen narcosis because all that nitrogen is going and turning into bubbles in my goddamn bloodstream. And the plane
kill you, man.
The pilot, amazingly, was very familiar with, because the flight attendant said, "Do you have any idea what's wrong with you?" And I said, I think I got the bends. I think I got the bends." And she went up front, and then she comes back with co-pilot. Co-pilot goes, he asked, "Were you diving down there at Cozumel?" I said, "Yeah." And I dove in Lake Superior, northern Wisconsin, 3 days before I came down here. And I spent 3 days down here. And he goes, "When was your last dive?" And I said, I looked at my watch and I go, "About 4 hours ago." And he goes, "We'll get you comfortable till we get you to Minneapolis." And sure as shit, they got approval. They flew just at about 10,000 feet. And boy, that made a world of difference. Got to Minneapolis and, oh yeah, fuck, ambulance was waiting for me. They run me right to university. And they said, "Guess what, boy, you're going to Iron Lung." I said, "Oh, no. And my head felt like it was going to explode, man. I just felt like it was going to explode. And see, the thing is, that's one thing people don't understand about scuba diving is based on atmospheres, and each atmosphere is 33 feet. Okay. 30 feet in salt water, 33 feet. No, other way around. 30 feet freshwater, 33 feet in salt water. And each atmosphere adds how much concentration you end up of hydrogen, or nitrogen rather, not hydrogen, nitrogen in your bloodstream. It compresses the nitrogen. And if you're down too long and then you come up too fast, that nitrogen doesn't have a chance to equal itself, and it expands, turns into a gas. And you end up with nitrogen bubbles in your blood. Well, if you're diving, and that's a bad thing, you get down below 3 atmospheres, 100 feet plus, you start suffering from nitrogen narcosis. It's just something that happens. I mean, the pressure causes it. So much nitrogen ends up in your blood, you start getting drunk off of it. And divers have swam down to get out of the water because they don't know what fucking direction they're going, because they're drunker than shit off of nitrogen narcosis. And that's why you have to decompress as you come up, so that nitrogen that's in your blood goes back into tissue and doesn't go turn into gas in your blood. Because if you get too much of that gas, it heads to your heart or your brain, kills your ass.
Embolisms.
Yeah.
Drunk as hell with a lot of gas, man.
Yeah. Drunk and full of gas. Yeah. I've been there on dry ground. Yeah, they usually tell you it's time for you to go home. Everybody else can't stand the smell of you. Get out of here.
They should give me my diver's badge right now.
Hey, Sty, I'm going to hit the hay, man.
Hit the hay.
So, good night, everyone. Good night, Travis, Jimmy, Sty, everyone out in the chat. Have a great night.
See you tomorrow.
Phil speaking Native American now. Hit the hay.
Hit the hay. Hey.
Yeah, it's that time of night to hit the hay.
Keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy. Yeah. Oh, shit. I don't like that.
Holy crap.
That's better. That's better.
That's
That's
better.
better. That's better. Yeah, Travis, I can tell you got your new machine. You haven't had a single hiccup tonight at all.
As I was streaming, like I said, I was going to download Phasmophobia. It downloaded 1 minute and 47 seconds.
Oh, don't even. Oh, my God.
you're going to piss Jimmy right off. You're pissing Jimmy right off.
Oh God.
I mean, it is nice. Like I was thinking about setting up the green screen, but I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like the ambiance.
This, yeah, the whole green screen. Like I use blue screen because I wear green so that often, but it's convenient when you haven't got nothing. I mean, I got this freaking bare concrete wall behind me, and I was hanging tapestries, but the fuckers were falling off. Now, I had a stream where my whole mountain scenery all of a sudden fell on top of me, and I'm covered in this fucking sheet. So I figured backdrops aren't working for my case because I can't find nothing that sticks to that concrete and stays there. I had so much fucking Velcro up there. I had 8 feet of Velcro across the top and then another 7 feet on each side. And it still peeled off on top of me. The Velcro don't come apart. It's the part that's adhered to the concrete just peels off. Temperature would fuck it up. And that's why I went with blue screen, so I could just throw something behind me at least, But yeah, the way with your chair with the white in it and the piping on it, and then you can do it, man. You can do it that way. And there's no need for green screen,
I got it right here.
Yeah, sitting in that dark room like that, phasmophobia is going to scare the shit out of you. I can't wait.
Jimmy's loving this so much. He's just
like creepy shit in your ear as we play.
Oh man! Well, everybody's got to wear headphones when we play it because the headphones make the game.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be like, Jimmy, did you see that?
I'll be like, no, I'm in the corner. Shut up. Because the more you talk, the more they can find you. Like it picks up your voice and shit.
Exactly.
So you gotta be like, shut the fuck up, man. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, man.
It's gonna be great.
If you run through the house screaming like the ghost name, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna jump on your ass.
Oh shit.
I know. I've done it.
Now I would like to watch you guys play.
Somebody will scream. I guarantee somebody's going to scream.
Yeah. I think it would be just hilarious to watch. That's like my youngest boy when he plays that Dead by Daylight. I'll sit at his house on the couch while he's sitting there playing that Dead by Daylight and listen to him and his buddies screaming and freaking out. Yeah, they're all tougher than shit until they're playing that game. And then that one guy, I know him. He's a brute, and he's screeching and whining like a little girl, like, "Oh, look, Jesus, there he is!" And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, grown men just freaking out. I love it, man.
The other game we got to play, Travis, is called The Forest. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one.
The what? The Forest?
It's called The Forest, and Sty would dig this game because it's like a crafty game, right? You got to go and craft all this shit, kind of like Minecraft, but it's realistic looking. But there's like zombies and shit out there. So if you fuck up and make too much noise or whatever, like these zombies will get your ass. And that's another multiplayer game. And everybody's like, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
You're going to draw in the zombies. Yeah. It sounds like The Walking Dead, Sounds like
if you'll get The Forest, I'll get The Forest. We'll play that shit. That'd be fun as hell, too.
Is there a demo?
Yeah, I think so. Are you on Steam?
Yeah.
Look at The Forest. You'll dig that game. That's one of the funniest fun games to play because people get freaked out and then you'll start fighting with each other. Like, shut the fuck up, Travis.
Oh my gosh, Jimmy, you lost your spot.
Oh, that's all right.
Oops. I don't know why that happened.
I saw some. You ever watch the there's a YouTube video where all these people are playing VR
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got a kid named Re-Kid, and he like screams. It's really high pitched. They play the forest, and you can see him, and they're like lighting each other on fire and shit.
Yeah.
And he runs off. He ends up like setting the entire forest on fire. They're like, "Holy shit, what do we do?" Oh, hi Sam. Sorry, I was looking at a game video.
Oh.
I didn't even know you popped in.
Sam is here.
Sam is here.
I got Sam on top of me.
That's how that's
I got Sty on top of me again. He's like, I'm so sick of you.
Hey, I'm on top of things, I guess. Yeah.
Whoo, Travis, man, you got to find this one and try it.
What is
MILF.
it?
MILF.
It used to be called MILF, no shit, but now it's called Mater Familias.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, it is so freaking good.
I kind of want to open up one of my other stouts, but I want to kind of save it for clouds and stouts.
Oh man, I've got like 2 cases now. I'm so tempted to go down and buy my liquor store out down on Honeysuckle Road. They got 6 Bourbon County stouts left, and if I
Good
buy
night,
them,
JCT.
I can have the box. And I want that box. I don't know why I want that box so bad, but I want that fucking box real bad.
Because I need you to get the maple and coffee one so we can do that one together.
I've got, hey, secret. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I got the 2017, 2018, and 2019.
Fuck. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm getting my Willy Wonka drink soon, so I'm pretty sure about that.
Well, I'm trying to, I'm working out a trade with those guys. That my secret beer that you guys will all see Tuesday. I'm telling you that. Oh my God, that is so freaking good. If I can find some more of it, I'll try to get some sent out. But
so,
man,
are we going to do Thursday?
Yeah, I'm good for Thursday night.
Because that is the official end of my cycle, so I am free.
Oh,
I've got to go into work. This is a weird week for me, so I took tonight off, and I got tomorrow night off. But I've got to go Tuesday for a meeting, and I've got to work Wednesday and Thursday. But I'll be Thursday night into Friday. I'll be ready to throw down.
hey, Gowani. You know, yeah, I'll notify you when that time comes, and then it's totally up to you, my friend. It's totally up to you. Yeah. That's I am all for it. I am all for it. You know,
we got 3 days a night.
You see Guani's comment there, Sam?
I'm reading. Oh. I'm not doing that, buddy. But I do love hoodies. I'm a hoodie freak, so.
Ain't nobody ever tried to send me and Travis a hoodie. That's all I'm saying.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Gowani's living down there in Florida, and hoodies down in Florida. One thing, you don't want to go hoodie shopping in Florida because the selection's kind of thin. Yeah, so the use of a hoodie down there,
like fishnet hoodie,
rare. Yeah, fishnet hoodie. That's it.
Hoodies are handy to have up here, is all I'm saying. So.
Yeah. That's like here, the 2 I've got from Phil. I wear the hell out of them, man. I wear them all the time.
Shoot, it's like 55 here. I'm back in a tank top already.
It's 70 here right now.
Lucky.
God damn!
After that big freeze shut everything down. It's now 70 fucking degrees.
Yeah, exactly 1 week after we had that big snow. I don't know if you saw my video, but it was like fucking 75 here.
Yeah.
I was outside in the damn t-shirt doing a beer review. It was hot. Like I was literally hot. Exactly 1 week after that big snow.
That's the thing up here is winter teaches us to appreciate summer. Is what it does.
Well, see, in Arkansas, you can get all 4 seasons in one day here.
Yeah.
Ooh, natural.
Yeah. Well, I had that happen down White Sands, New Mexico. I was down there, White Sands Missile Range, and we had one of the rare snows, and it snowed. The whole base was shut down, basically. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's good for the grass," And that morning was a bitch. There's snow everywhere. That afternoon, we're sitting in the backyard in the lawn chairs with cold beers, and taking in the sun, jumped in the pool. It was weird. It was weird to have snow in the morning and swimming in the pool in the afternoon,
See,
Hey, scrapping together.
One of my bosses is from Illinois. And we had our snowfall here, and he's like, "God, y'all are overreacting. It's only like a foot of snow." I was like, "Dude, this is Arkansas. Like, it's the apocalypse here, man. It's
the apocalypse. It's the end of the world."
Yeah, we're done. We're dead, man. Just you're not in Illinois.
And that's it. Is I got a lot of family down Texas, New Mexico area, and I love it when they travel up here. They've lived down there, 2 generations of them living down there, and they travel up here once every 3 years, maybe 5 years, and they come up and they go, "Oh God, it's so nice to come up here and visit you because we truly appreciate going back home." I say, "Yeah, thanks a lot, assholes." Yeah.
Well, the thing here is like everybody's got 4-wheel drive trucks, but nobody can drive. In Montana, everybody's got like a 2-wheel drive 1979 LTD, and they're fine. They're just like cruising in the highways and stuff. No problem, no chains, nothing. Just here we've all got big 4-wheel drive trucks. Everybody's in the ditch.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing up here is it's not as if people don't go in the ditch. It's just that you're not there long because somebody comes and throws a line on you and snags you out. Now, if you go again, I got a buddy that lives north of me. He said that I think I've been drug out of the ditch more than anybody else in the world. I said, I believe it. Yeah. He's one of those guys that's, fortunately, he's looking around all the time at every freaking thing, and he's not paying attention to the damn road, and he goes in the damn ditch. He never crosses that center line, but boy, he can go in the ditch with no problem.
I've been pulled out of the "Welcome to Great Falls" sign when I lived in Montana.
You were talking about that one night. I busted a gun on that. I could just see that shit, man. Taking out the Great Falls. Welcome to Great Falls.
Yeah. I was like, man, did I put that in 4-wheel? It was too late. I was already backwards. I went right through that son of a bitch backwards.
Jesus.
Right there on Highway 10, I believe it is. Or 10th Avenue, whatever that is in Great Falls.
It was funny here. They put up "Welcome to Ashland" signs. This is about 15 years ago. And at that time, Ashland was kind of going through a bad spell. A few of our companies had shut down and moved out of town. And so there was a lot of people on unemployment. Our unemployment rate was like 20%. It was bad. And they put up these brand new city signs coming into town from the east and the west that said, "Welcome to Ashland, the city of opportunity." Holy shit, they didn't last long. One of them, somebody burnt some. They poured gas over the whole thing and lit it on fire. They're made out of these nice cedar signs, And one of them they burnt like it was an effigy, And the other one they got smart and removed the. I
don't know how it is up there, but here, like every stop sign, every road sign that's outside the city limits has got bullet holes in it. Well, there's nothing we like better than driving around shooting signs at night.
Most of ours got bullet holes in them, but the ones that are just riddled and they look like a strainer are the deer crossing signs. The deer crossing signs. I mean, they're just riddled. I mean, yeah, deer cross this, you son of a bitch.
All the stop signs got busted beer bottles all piled up around them.
Yeah, I loved it in northwestern Montana when the state got this wild, great idea. Somebody gave in the government gave his cousin a job, and he come up with the wild idea because people had a bad habit because they quit allowing us to pick up roadkills, and that was a bummer because they were doing that for these guys that are raising mountain lions and grizzly bears and shit, so they can go pick up all the roadkills, but you can't, So people were pissed off about it, so they started throwing roadkills over all of the traffic signs and shit. You'd see information, like "Welcome to Troy, Montana," and there'd be 2 deer laying over it. So people were just hanging all the roadkills up on these signs. Well, so some rocket scientists come up with the idea: let's put signs up saying, "Do not hang deer from signs." Oh, that was not a good idea. Every one of those signs had roadkill on them. I mean, you couldn't read them because they were just every sign. I mean, any kind of roadkill you could find. It was like you had an open license. Hang it on that. Do not hang.
Now, the first time you go to Montana, like the first time you see an antelope, you're like, oh, antelope, that's so cool. By the time you've lived there for 4 years, like fucking antelope, they're all over the goddamn place.
That's like the bighorn sheep. Thompson Falls, Montana, just west of Thompson Falls. You come through and you get up, and it's this narrow. The road's only a 2-lane road, and it drops off about 60 feet on the one side. And there's the river, and then it's all rocky uphill on that side. And then fucking mountain sheep, the bighorns, they're all on that hillside.
Yeah.
And they mosey down into the fucking highway, and you don't see them sons of bitches because you come up this hill and around the bend, and there they are. They're all over the road. And the very first time we saw them when we moved out there, in fact, we're driving around, we come around that, and I hit the brakes and I go, "Whoa, everybody, check this shit out. Look at the goddamn bighorn sheep." And there were 2 big rams standing out there on the road, and I thought they were going to fight. And we sat there, traffic's all backed up, and we're like, this is awesome. And everybody thought it was cool. A year later, them fucking sheep get the hell off the bus. You son of a bitch.
Goddamn bighorn sheep, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, you're bumping into them with your truck. Move, you son of a bitch. Goddamn stupid ass sheep. They were thrilled the first time we saw them. After that, it was that goddamn nuisance. I mean, that was elk. That was elk out there too. Goddamn elk run in front of you out on the highway, and it's, "I'll shoot you out of season, you son of a bitch."
Yeah.
Goddamn stupid ass elk.
Yeah.
We have moose accidents all the time up here because of that very reason.
Yeah. No.
Actually, I think everybody in my family, knock on wood though, except for me, has hit a moose so far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had several moose accidents up there in northwest Montana too. And this one poor gal, she's driving a little Subaru with this big bull come out of the ditch line right up onto the highway, right smack in front of her, and she's doing 55, 60 miles an hour. And when we got out there to check it all out, the wreck, she gutted that moose. I mean, it ripped its belly wide open and killed it right there. Yeah. But there's a Subaru, and it ain't got nothing from the windshield wipers up. It's all gone. She said, "I saw the moose and I laid down," and she says it peeled the roof off my car.
Yeah, you need like a 1970 F100 with a cattle guard on the front of it with skinny tires. That's the truck if you're gonna live in Montana.
That's it. I had an old it was an old Dodge 1-ton crew cab Forest Service truck, and that had behind the chrome bumper, it had a 3-inch case hardened steel pipe that had rails that ran about a quarter of the way down the frame. It was like, yeah, hit something with that, you might have to replace the grill. That's about it. That's that's kind of shit you needed to drive, you know.
Well, the other thing is, like,
hey Nick, hi.
The bugs up there, you will run out of windshield wiper fluid if you don't have like 3 or 4 gallons of that shit in your truck and you're traveling. You're going to run out of windshield wiper fluid because of the bugs in the summertime.
Yeah.
It'll drive you crazy. Yeah.
Oh, you know what freaked me out was in the winter from Libby, Montana down to Knoxon, Montana. It's about 60-mile stretch. And in the winter, the goddamn roads, they plow them, but they leave about 4 inches of snow, and they want traffic to compact that. And then they sprinkle coal dust on it instead of sand. And then they come through with a road grader that's got teeth on it, and it cuts grooves in it. And fuck, you're doing 65 miles an hour on that compacted shit. You know, it's like driving on dry pavement. But you're flying down this road that's going through a canyon, and you're coming around these big bends, and then you hit the hills, and you'll have a nice straightaway, and you're flying along 60 miles an hour. And you see a big gray patch in the middle of the road, and it's like, oh man, they must have fucked up there and put too much coal dust down or something. Then you get on top of it and you go, holy shit! And it's just all these little fucking chickadees. And you kill about 150 of them. You get to where you're going and you're picking birds out of your grill because they're all stuffed in the front end of your rig, you know. God, that's the first time I hit them birds. I had all 4 kids in the car with me, and I hit a pack of them freaking birds, and there was like 4 or 5 of them stuck in the windshield wipers, and I tried to turn them on, and they're stuck in them. Fucking dead birds rubbing all over the windshield. The kids are all, oh my God, Dad, you murderer, you murderer. We get home and they're bawling and, Mom, Dad killed hundreds of birds. Look at the front of the car. Oh, fuck off. Shit, they're just birds.
I sent one to him, Sty.
What's that?
I sent one to him. To Nick.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so on top of things at this point.
No worries. That way you don't have to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, those little chickadees were just hilarious, man. Well, they're dumber than hell. They don't even try to fly until you're right on them. I mean, you can hear them underneath the car. You know, dumbass birds. I mean, they need an education or something. Hey, there's Nick.
What's up, Nick?
Hey.
You all right?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I need one of those.
That's what
I'm afraid to do it.
I've turned over a new leaf now, Sty.
You did?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick on vegans anymore.
How the hell are you gonna manage that?
Easy. Do you know these tree huggers where they start saying they're gender neutral and all that? I'm picking on them because I get more enjoyment out of it.
Oh. Yeah, find a hot topic, you'll find Nick. Find a hot topic, and Nick will be right in the middle of it. There you go.
He's funny.
I've already been on a stream tonight for an hour arguing over it.
Damn.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're going on about this bloody Mr. Potato Head, calling it gender neutral.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that, and I'm sorry.
No,
I think that's the stupidest thing.
No, but all I'm coming out with, How the shit in hell can it be a gender neutral? It's a friggin' spud.
Yeah, I mean,
No, but Sty, what are they gonna do?
I got a feeling. I agree with you, Nick, because I got a feeling that Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head, they take that as a compliment. They're calling us more than just a fucking potato. I mean, otherwise, that's all they are is a fucking potato. That they ain't no Mr. or Mrs. They're just a spud. I mean, yeah.
No, you know what they're gonna do?
You're gonna get in trouble though if you start saying that potato head is cross-eyed. You're gonna get in trouble for that shit. You can't be doing that.
No, do you know all the people that pick all the spuds? Sty. No, all the people that go around picking up the spuds by hand, they'll be standing there. This spud's female, this spud's male, and this one's gender neutral.
I'm sorry, but I don't understand why it freaking matters so much. It's ridiculous to me.
The thing is
the virtue signaling.
Yes. It's so weird because you get a kit, right? If you buy a Mr. Potato Head and a Mrs. Potato Head, within 2 days, you don't know whose parts are. You don't know whose parts is whose anymore, and you just grab one of those spuds, and they're going to be whatever the hell you make it. You could make that son bitch transgender if you want
exactly.
to. So.
Can we just all agree that it's a stupid fucking toy anyway?
Exactly.
That's the thing is how many people that would even understand the argument are playing with the damn thing, and if they are, they're sick. Grown-ups playing with Mr. Potato or Potato Head. There's something weird going on here. If there's not kids involved, that's some weird shit.
Exactly.
Oh, I love
there's
paper dolls. Yep.
Here's the problem. You've been drinking Coke or something because you're acting way too white right now.
Me?
Yeah, you're acting way too white right now. You've been drinking too much Coke and you gotta stop or what?
Now you're fucking me up. I'm gonna have to play this. This will take me a minute, folks.
You guys bring that up because I have one of these fuckers right here, and you're right about the cross-eyed thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it; its eyes are.
I gotta admit, Samantha, that looks a bit like the ex-missus.
This is he's got a tongue hanging out his ear, so I know something's wrong there. But that's about it.
He's from California.
My son had it out earlier.
I know I can find this. Where the hell is? Oh, that's where it'll be.
Hey, Eileen.
The
Oh, jockey. Did you see?
What?
They have stopped putting Mr. in front of my mail. Laugh out loud.
Where the hell?
She's like, thank you, mailman. No problem, female woman.
Yeah, Cindy, they're cool. I mean, when you're playing with your kids and stuff, yeah, that's great.
But I'm saying that takes a lot of imagination. It doesn't do anything. It's just, hey, let me change the nose, the mouth, the eyes, the ears, and a hat.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
But I think it's the parts they come with that they're freaking out about. Who knows? It's just
okay. You know what? If it had a dick, that'd be different. It doesn't.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad, guys, because there was a video I wanted to play. I figured it's YouTube and it allowed embedding, so I could play it. Fucking YouTube took it down.
What?
And it was a music video called I think it was called We're Too White, and it was just hilarious. It was just hilarious, and I was willing to play it at the risk of being shut down. Oh, hey, Eileen. Hey. Oh, she's got to have this. She's got to have this. Oh, she likes it. Big hug. Big hug. Big hug. Oh, come on, come on, come on! You want to dance with me? You know it. You know it. Yep. Thank you, Eileen. You're sweet. But I'll tell you this. All of this politically correct stuff is just all BS. It's just, I mean, move on with your life. You know, if you got an issue, go ahead, vent once, and then shut up.
I think it's just a prearranged way of trying to get people to argue. Period.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, so. It's all part of it.
But see, the problem is you have to actually care enough to argue. Because I'm just like,
well, that's it.
And I leave.
It. That's
I had a soldier that said, I identify as Z. She told me that, and I'm like, I'll refer to you as soldier medic and go do your fucking job. Get the fuck out of my face. And she was like, and I'm like,
yep.
She was not happy. I hope she goes and complains about me. Because she'd be like, you'll refer to me as this. No, I'll refer to you as private. Get the fuck out of my way.
That I had one of the gals that worked in my accounting division. I had 21 employees, 20 of which were females. I had one of those gals run into me about a week or so ago, and she brought this whole issue up. And I go, I don't have time to talk about that crap. And she goes, well, no, what I'm trying to get to is we loved it at the office because for you, it was you and us and we and you. You didn't give a shit what we were other than being accountants. And I said, right, because I hired you to be an accountant, nothing else. I could care less. If you were a one-horned asshole, I could care less as long as you're a good accountant. That's all I had in my office were accountants. I didn't have men, women, children. There were no colors. There were no religions. No, it was just all accountants.
Yeah, your way of thinking that way, though, that's just white privilege.
Oh yeah. And get this though, out of the 21 employees, 19 of them were Native Americans. And I never once ever had one of them play the race card on me.
They wouldn't.
I don't know. I don't see color. I don't.
That's why. See, they truly were colorblind. I mean, my crew, they didn't care what color you were or where you were from. They just cared whether you could help carry the load, in the office. And I had people get very racist with me in meetings, public meetings, and have 2/3 or more of the audience get nasty and say, don't bring up that he's a white guy. That's got nothing to do with what we're here for. And I get tired of other races saying there's no such thing as racism towards white people. That is bullshit. I lived it for 27 years. Don't you ever go down that road. Say that people can't be racist towards white people. I've been down that road. There's nothing like sitting in an executive level meeting talking about a $50 million project and then having some smart ass say, oh, look it. There's nine Native Americans here in Sty. So we're kind of like 10 little Indians, but actually we're 9 little Indians and the white guy. And I told them, I said, you're going to end the meeting if you say one more fucking word. One more fucking word. You point me out. Yeah, right. Well, good. Then they can steal my pox-covered blankets too. I mean, get real.
People are
the
stupid.
past is the past. The current is what you make of it. And if you want to be an asshole, that's what you are. You're not racist. You're an asshole.
Straight up.
And that's what I'm sick of.
All the PC's pretty bad over here. It's a load of crap.
Yeah.
But they can
'Cause
like
the
put
old-
y'all in jail and shit for saying shit, right?
No,
Oh, yeah.
over here we used to have a kids' nursery rhyme called Baba Black Sheep.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now it's
You can't sing that anymore because it's racist.
it's Baba that cheap.
And
Yeah.
you can't read. There's places in America now that will not let their kids read Dr. Seuss because it's racist.
Right. What? Wow. How?
Because the exaggeration in the drawing says it refers to ethnicities.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. That's about as high up in the brain as you can get.
I mean,
Besides Mr. Potato Head.
yeah. I mean,
And if it's a transgender, maybe I'll call it Mr. Potato Head. It's a transgender referring from a female to a male, so I'm doing what they're asking me to. Don't just fucking maybe. It is a person. It's a spud.
that's right. Mr. Spud.
Yeah.
Mr. Oh, no, he's just a spud.
Well, then you are dehumanizing, and that way I'll say we're doing to us white men are doing to other people. I just fucking hate people so much. I hate them. I'm not racist. I hate everybody equally.
That's it. I got a buddy that he makes it perfectly freaking clear. Somebody comes off with any of that shit towards him. He says, the fact of the matter is, I don't like anybody. There's not a soul in the world I freaking like. So guess what? You're all equally disliked by me, period. So I don't care what you are. I'm not going to call you something special or anything because I dislike you. So I'm not going to call you anything you want to be called in the first place. And I just look at him, nod my head. Yeah.
You know what I miss? I just miss people calling people dude.
Dude. Hey, dude.
Male, female, just be like, dude.
I say it all the time.
Yeah.
The thing
I got it.
That's because we're old, Sam. We're old.
Well, E-Way Smike even mentioned it. He goes, I don't like anyone calling me that, but Sam can.
Yeah, but Sam can. Yeah.
Because he knows it's
Oh,
something
it is
I say.
on every
Just like
time I see him now. I'm like, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Sam. It doesn't matter, man, woman, or child. I've heard her call people dude.
Yeah.
It depends on, and it's in context, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
The
dude. Sweet.
Cindy says that is potato profiling. Yeah, don't profile your no potatoes.
Yeah, Cindy, yeah, right on.
I mean, it's not like we called him a yam, okay? So.
Yeah, right. Ooh. Yeah. That might imply that that's
a potato.
That might imply that it's an adult version of the potato head. It's the sweet potato. Boy, is that potato sweet. Woo. Yeah, you should see all the attachments that come with it.
I'm going to make my own toy. It's going to be called Mr. Hickama. Shut the fuck up. And all it's going to have is one giant dildo penis just stuck in it. It's a dude.
That's okay. Oh.
I'm just saying.
Well, when I was driving truck over the road in the 70s and early 80s, I stopped at this truck stop, and this is no kidding. You get this awesome flower pot of a cowboy, and he's holding his pants out, the dirt's down in his pants, and he's got a great big old cactus for a pecker sticking out.
Yep.
And they sold thousands and thousands of them damn things. People loved them. You don't find them out there anymore. Oh no, we can't sell. We can't sell them. And
I would put it right outside my front door, and I say, my door says no soliciting. If you knock on my door, he will fuck you with this. And that's what
yeah. I put a sign on it. please sit here and I'll get to you as soon as I can. Yeah. Take it where it belongs, and we'll talk to you later. But you know, that's like, they're probably still out there, but yeah, you could buy them old nut sacks you could hang from the trailer hitch of your truck, you know.
Truck nuts, yeah.
Yeah, truck nuts. We saw them all over town here. They're truck nuts all over, and most of them were gals driving around in their trucks, you know, with a set of nuts hanging from the trailer hitch. And I'm going, yeah, that's appropriate. That's about right. Yeah,
on it, you just had a bunch of pickup trucks with nuts on it, and evidently it was offensive, so we can't have them anymore.
Yeah, they were saying something about that. Here is the local PD, a buddy of mine that's on the local PD, was saying that they had a briefing. This is quite a while ago, that they had a briefing that if they see a set of them nuts hanging from a truck, pull it over. It gives you an opportunity to take a look in their truck, see if they've been drinking or whatever. And
under what grounds?
And then because you've got a piece of what they consider unsecured non-equipment hanging from your vehicle.
Oh man, I would put duct tape all around that shit, secure it, be like, shut the fuck.
That's it.
Look at my stuff, but you better have a warrant or a good reason, not because I have truck nuts on the back of my car.
Well, and that's what I told my buddy, and he laughed. He, you know, as a cop, he said, I didn't stop nobody because of their nuts showing. And he says, if they're showing their real nuts, then he says, and there's general audience around, I might stop them and do something. But hanging a pair of fake nuts on their truck, I'm not pulling them over. He said, what am I supposed to do? Confiscate them nuts? I don't want to touch them nuts. He says, that's stupid. And I said, well, my whole point is, if I got a pair of those on my truck and you pull me over because of those, I'll say, officer, if you write me the citation, I'll gladly go to court with you, because there's no statute to back up what you're doing. You have absolutely no legal authority to stop me for having nuts on my truck. You know, it's let our state legislature pass a fucking law that you're not allowed to have nuts on your truck. Then maybe I'll still fight it, but I'll probably end up paying the fine, and you'll keep my nuts, you know. But there's no law, no nut law. I mean, it's
only in November.
Only in November. Yeah. We stopped to this is a health check.
You're checking the nuts, she's rubbing her pussy, so
that's petting. That's petting. Come on.
Anything to shut him up, man. He won't quit crying. Let me out. I want to go get in more trouble.
I think Sam spends more time muted than she does unmuted.
Well, she's got a lot going on around.
Yeah.
She you know,
these guys don't know when to be quiet. They just don't.
Yeah.
They can't. They never leave me alone. They never just listen. Nope.
Nope. Yeah, it's surprising when like that time Ann and I were chatting with Sam on a private stream like this, and Sam didn't have the boy was in school, Jay was off working, she's all alone at home, wanders off in the back room to get a cup of tea or something, and all of a sudden she starts belting off dirty songs. And Ann and I are laughing our asses off because we can hear everything she's singing. Oh, Nick dropped.
Where did Jimmy go?
I don't know.
He wasn't that drunk.
No.
Yeah, sometimes I do forget to mute.
That was
At a medium pace.
so Samantha, that was one of my favorite moments. So I just, oh God, I laughed so hard. It was just awesome. It was awesome.
Oh, Jimmy is alive.
I had to go get a bologna sandwich, Travis. I am that drunk.
Oh my God, he's into the bologna sandwich now. He's
I had to put Doritos in the bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
It's a good night. all beef bologna with Cool Ranch Doritos smashed up in the middle of it.
I want to try those chili cheese 3D Doritos. I really do. I want to try those things.
Yeah, those sound like they're good.
They do.
You start drinking these damn 10, 11, 15% beers, man. It don't take many.
That's like that. Okay, you guys know what those like strawberries are.
Mm-hmm.
They're 8%, and I bought a couple 12 packs of those one time because there's a bunch of folks out at camp that, they're not beer drinkers and that. And I thought, oh, they'll like those sweet things. I've never tried one or not, but I'm driving back to camp. Well, it's 45-mile drive. I thought, and I'm parched. So I opened a 12 pack and I drank one of them little buggers. They're so little, Hammer that bugger down and, that's good. Flip it over the seat, grab another one. God, they're so small. I get there and that 12 pack's gone and I'm drunker than fuck. And I'm walking around with the other 12 pack open, drinking them little strawberries. And they're like, what in the hell's wrong with Sty? And I'm going, there ain't nothing wrong with me. There ain't not a thing wrong. And don't get hung over on that sweet shit. Oh my God. But they shocked the hell out of me. I thought, and then that's when I finally read the can and I go, oh yeah, they're 8%. And I'm sitting there sloshing down 2 12 packs of them. And
plus I've been up for 22 hours now. So.
Well, that doesn't help any.
You said you've been up for 22 hours?
Mm-hmm.
I've been up for 20.
Well, you gotta start drinking some beer then.
You two need to call the doctor because after 4 hours it says you're supposed to call the doctor. Yeah.
Well,
whiskey does that to you.
I love that shit. It says on that package, I guess I've never even seen one, but they say that if it's been upright for 4 hours, call the doctor.
So I had this friend that
that's bullshit. I'll tell you what. After 4 hours, I ain't calling no damn doctor. I got a lot of buddies I'm calling saying, whoa, you should check this shit out, man. Why the hell would you call your doctor to brag? I don't get it.
Like Jeff Foxworthy said, he put a picture frame around it and just start walking around town.
Showing it off, yeah. Check out my new art, man.
For over 4 hours, he's like, I'm calling all my buddies, and I'm like, whoa.
That's it. Yeah.
Maybe I'd call some ladies, but I wouldn't call my buddies to.
Well, you shouldn't have. You should have wore out the lady by the time that 4 hours is done. I mean, come on, boy.
I just want to see the effects. I just want to try it. I had no intention. I was just seeing how long it would go.
Doctor will give you some samples. Just go ask him.
No, well, I've worked in ERs where those people that is over 4 hours that we've had to deal with. I'm good.
I bet. Yeah.
Make sure you down it with a whole bunch of whiskey too. Like that'll help.
Neutralizes.
Now you're talking like a diabetic. Oh, give me a bigger piece of that cake. I got plenty of insulin.
That's right.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah.
Told you only live once. You just got to go for it sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you just
Night,
gotta say,
Killdeer.
"Hey, we'll see you, Killdeer.
Come here.
Thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks for being here."
See you, Steve.
Yeah. Another Sunday night. Yeah.
It's rare I get to hang out with you guys on Sundays. Just
Yeah. Yeah. When you put in the comments, yeah, I took tomorrow off. I just like, whoa. Gotta send him the link, man. He took tomorrow off.
Styles like, I know he's gonna be drunk.
Yeah. If he's off tomorrow, he's had a couple already. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. I'd already done like 3 beer reviews by the time you sent me the link. I was like, I was in it, man.
Yeah. Yep. I'm all done with the reviews. I'll go make myself proud on Sty's stream. There you go.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're so good. They're so good.
Oh
Lordy.
An early Friday for Jimmy. Yeah.
Yep. That's right. I'll be primed and ready for spicy stream tomorrow.
I will be at work.
I'll be at a dead run
I got
time spicy starts.
I got Sty times at 5, and then spicy comes on usually an hour and a half or so afterwards. So Monday nights, I can't get it through people's heads. I'm busy Monday night, man. I got my hour, and then I got whatever Phil's doing, and I've had people say, well, can we get together and chat tomorrow night? I tell them, it's not often that I'm available, man. I got certain streams I'm in, I go hang out with. So why is it got to be then? I mean, there's 24 hours on that damn clock. Why do you got to pick that hour or two that I'm hanging out with somebody, Yeah. It's like Phil getting phone calls. He's just like, you're in the chat. I'm on here and you're calling me. Oh, that gets.
Damn, I'm gonna call him tomorrow.
That's that.
Well, I'm on the panel. I'm gonna call him.
Call him while you're on the panel. Call him while you're on the panel.
Kathleen, good night.
You have a very good one, Kathleen. Jack's grandma, she really supports Nicholas Green.
He's a cool kid. I don't know why anybody wouldn't. Yeah.
Right. And I'll tell you what, Kathleen has been there for him. Really been there for him, and he adores her. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. Just another good old-fashioned down-home good person. I mean, not enough of them in the world.
No.
Not these.
And I can't complain. I just love my audience, man. I'm so comfortable with everybody that ever shows up here.
We've got a good community, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yes. Great people.
Nope. Remember, I'm not racist. I hate everybody.
That's right. I feel better now. I don't feel alone. Travis, you're great for making sure that we all feel the same. Awesome.
I wouldn't say it's racist. I just dislike people that have beards. So it's weird.
Oh, come on now.
Hey.
I
That's
can't
all
shave
right.
this off again, man. I look like a baby.
Widow's
Good, Dr. Smith.
After you say lickety split.
I look like a chubby little baby when I shave my beard off. I can't shave it off again, man.
Well, that's it. At my age, I don't want the baby look going on because that baby looks like it's malnutrition. Malnourished.
man.
I mean, that I shaved that beard off, and right away everybody goes, "Holy shit! We'll make a suitcase out of all of them chins."
Shit.
Yeah.
I got no chin. When I shave mine off, like my chin's gone. It's just like
That's
teeth in my neck, and that's it.
I don't know, man. I bet you have a dimple right here, huh?
I do. Yeah, I got a clip.
Okay. Yep.
You got a butt chin?
I do got a butt chin.
a butt chin.
So it's just teeth, a little bit of lip, and then just my neck.
Oh, a no neck, are you?
I'm a no neck guy, yeah, for sure. That's my jujitsu secret, is I have no neck.
Yeah.
Pretty
If
hard.
I had me a neck, I'd be a red neck.
To do this, bam, I'm there, I'm safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't get to you.
Nope. See, I used to do that a lot, and I was really good at defending getting choked until the guy showed me, well, I can just put my forearm across the bridge of your nose and break your nose, and I bet you tap that way. And then one time he pushed my tooth through my lip real slow because I wouldn't tap out from a choke, so I still didn't tap. I'm just stupid. I'm sorry. That's why I got a hole in my face. I've had this hole in my face for 3 years because of that shit.
Gee. Dad was never into the jiu-jitsu, but he boxed professionally. Such, but yeah, that's insane, man. I couldn't think.
Yeah, this goes super deep. It's why I can't ever get it to heal, and when it does heal, it cracks back open. So I just keep a Band-Aid over it because I never know when it's gonna crack open or whatever. I just have nothing there.
Even years later.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll scar open, but then the scar will crack and all that stuff. It's just gone. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I think I'm just gonna have a dermatologist cut all that shit out and stitch it back together. So I'll have a real young looking half of my face, and then this face will be all old looking.
So you should just turn it into like a fashion statement, like LL Cool J.
Oh yeah, just a Band-Aid. I was on a stream and somebody asked me, like, "Are you like a thug or something?" And I was like, "No, dude. I'm just stupid." And I got into
that was me. I was drunk too. I was the one that said it.
Was it you?
Yeah. I was like, "What's up, thug life?"
Like, no, man, you just don't want to see this hole in my face. Like,
Yeah, I had my ex-wife tell me one time. She goes, "Sty, I really, she loves spending my money, but she goes, I really wish I could get a facelift." I said, "I can take care of that for you." And she goes, "Are you willing to pay for that?" I said, "Oh no, there's no money involved." I said, "I'll give your face a lift right to the fucking junkyard." If it needs a lift, I'll give it a lift right to the junkyard.
I think if you get one of those real good staple guns, you can just like grab the skin on the back of their head and just.
Well, I tell you what, after I lost a bunch of weight and shit, and I was really looking in the mirror, I'm going, "That's rough, man." And I know a plastic surgeon. He does boobs, so but I told him, I said, do you think a plastic surgeon could tighten all this shit up on my face? And he goes, "Sty, at your damn age," he says, "by the time we were done doing a facelift for you, you'd have one weird looking bow tie under your chin."
Your eyes would be on top of your head.
Well, I'd have to get on my knees to pee.
I don't know why people do that too. Like you see these celebrities with all these, like they've done facelift for years and years. It's like they don't even look human anymore. It's like, what in the hell is wrong with you? Just freaking age. You burned it. Just age.
Get real. I mean,
I burned
and
every one of these wrinkles in my face. I wouldn't give them up.
And they
I was thrown back a little bit yesterday though, because I went and got my hair cut when I got off work. And I walked in, she's like, "Oh, you got those chrome-plated sides coming in." I'm like, "What?"
Oh,
What do I do? I'm having gray start to come up on my sides. I'm like, ah.
It sucks when they start getting up here because you're like, you can't tell if you're going bald or if it's just like translucent now.
that's it. Is back of my head, I grow the hair out. You can see where, yeah, I'm going bald. The hair is thin enough that you can see where the bald spot will be, and it's like, well, that's cool. I just shave it all off, and it all looks the same.
The thing is, you'll have like one hair right here on your forehead, Travis, and you're gonna be like, "Why is that hair growing out there?" And then you're gonna realize it's not growing there. That's just the last one left there. That's like the last survivor.
But see, luckily, when it comes to my genetics and heredity and stuff like that, it's my dad still has all his hair.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's side of the family has all their hair, so baldness is not a trait that runs in my family.
Yeah, well.
But then again, they have not worn an army helmet or a PC every single day for the last 20 years either.
Yeah,
it's funny that hairline. You may like me. I've kept most of my hair, but that hairline, like I've gone past the 5 head. I'm on like a 6 head now. Like it just keeps sliding back. I'm like,
yeah.
Give your in the middle of my head.
Give your kid a unfavorable haircut and send his ass to school. Yeah.
I saw a movie today, and that happened. Kid mouthed off to his mom, so she gave him like a bald head on top, and then there's hair inside. She's
oh
like,
boy.
Try and be
the
grown
Jean-Luc
now.
Picard, huh?
Dude, that's funny. Yeah, it's a good lesson, though. I do that.
Yeah, and it eventually fixes itself. So what the heck, you know? It's not like cutting a kid's arm off or something where it won't grow back.
Yeah. Haircuts grow back out. Yeah.
Yeah, like a reverse mullet. Oh shit.
Oh, I'll be right back. I gotta make another drink.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's getting thin, guys. We're gonna let this go for a half hour yet, and then I'll shut her down. You know, I love chatting with you guys, but right now our panel makes up half of the people that are watching.
Yeah,
so
I shared it out just about 5 minutes ago, hoping more people would come in.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on lately, but yeah, the streams for about the last week and a half, the counts have gone down quite a bit.
I've noticed, and it's even views. Yeah,
and the views, I looked at how much it dropped, and it's consistent. It's not like it's peaks and valleys, but it's consistent, and on all levels. I think Sty Times, and around the campfires and the Sunday night, that view count is dropped down, and it's staying down like that. So I think it's the spring blues and things going on, and there's a lot of people. They got their tax returns, and they're doing other things.
I tell you, when all this ends and people get back out into the real world, like I think YouTube's going to tank for a little while because everybody's going to be like, "Woo!" You know,
want to get out and do something. Want to get out and do something, and that's why when I go out to camp, I'll probably be taking Sty Times, narrowing it down to 1 a week, and then doing my Thursday and Sundays. But the other days are going to be all content because people watch that when they're available, you know, because in the evenings, and I know that I watch the trends year after year, and in the summers, your view count changes because for crying out loud, it stays light until 9:30 at night. People are out barbecuing and enjoying the evenings outside and doing other things. They're not on here, you know. That summer does that. Summer does that, and a lot of people get frustrated and say, "Oh, well, my channel is hurting so bad." And you try to tell them, "Well, no, it's the season." And then you watch just before Christmas, October and November, view counts are way up, real high into December, and then the week before Christmas, they drop down because people are doing all kinds of family stuff for the holidays, and it stays that way right up until right after the first. Then all of a sudden that view count comes right back up, and you're like, "Well, what's going on?" Well, it's the holidays. People are doing other things than watching YouTube. So I looked at last year for the same period, and yeah, the same thing happened last year. So but yeah, I can't wait to get out of camp because boy, I got camera equipment up the yin yang now. I got 4 or 5 cameras I can use, and I can't wait to start doing content. I got a bunch of review stuff to do. So making some content instead of just lives. But the lives are where it's at. I mean, if you want to stay happy doing YouTube, do some lives, you know.
I try to do like one art stream a week if I can, but I've just been beating people to death with my content. But I love doing the lives, but you know, right now I'm just trying to get some more videos out there. So I'm doing like 10 videos a week. So
yep, it's good to see you, David Jones.
Just posting one video a week, and then it was supposed to be today on Sunday, but I didn't get home until late. And then by the time I got home, Devin was already getting ready for bed, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till we start doing beer reviews together. You'll have like 12 videos a week. You'll be like me.
Yeah. Yeah. All of a sudden, your content comes from a bottle.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm going to put some content into my video.
But most of my content does come from a bottle, a hot sauce bottle.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, the last 2 or 3 days, I haven't really gotten to catch up on any of the videos. I haven't even got to. I got home, changed, and came on here, had a drink after Dad went to bed. I haven't even got to watch Sam's song today. It's just been constant. We're doing 4 a.m. till whenever the hell I get home.
I really like. He hasn't watched your video, your newest one yet.
I thought he said he did. I was like, I didn't get a comment from you.
I always comment.
I really enjoyed the duel today. Yeah, good job. Good job.
I mean, when we have the time, we can do something like that, but it just hasn't. Been
right.
It's not going to be the regular by any means.
Right. It was.
Some people get confused about or upset over. Like, I can do a duet and back somebody up instead of just sing my own stuff for one time. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
But again, it's all that is a piece of your channel. You know, it's not the theme of your channel. So
what we can do, or what I can do. So
right.
I don't always sing lead. I sing backup. I write for other people, and it's just another piece of me. So
Oh,
it's okay.
Well, thanks, Kwani, for making us all feel horrible because I wasn't in church today. Oh, I'm sorry. I was at work.
That's yeah.
I was about 30 minutes from getting off. I was like, you know what? I'm taking tomorrow off. I haven't done shit except drink and get on Sty stream since then.
That's
it's a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have a good day today. I thought my podiatrist was going to come over today, and then I talked to her, and she said, "Can we do it next Saturday?" I said, "Yeah." So I got something to look forward to for a week.
Your podiatrist?
You know, I've had diabetes for 30 years now. And my feet are literally my life. If I can't go out there and hike 8, 10, 12, 18 miles a day, this old boy's going to be one depressed mother, I guarantee you. And I had to see, I almost lost both my big toes. I mean, they turned black, man. They were black. And this fella,
racist.
yeah, right. I had racial toes, and I got referred by my doctor to this podiatrist, and he took a look at him, and he said, "Why'd she send you to me?" And I said, "All she said is, if anybody can save him, it's you." And he goes, "I have to tell you right now," he says, "you're at about 85% lineup for getting them removed." He says, "But we'll do what we can." And he saved both my toes, man. And the thing is his wife is a physical therapist, and I had busted my back in the 80s, and I have a lot of damage in my spine, and I had to see a PT, so made an appointment, and I got his wife as my PT, and I was at the point where I was walking with double sticks, man. I had to have 2 canes to walk, and she fixed it, man. She fixed it. And then I lost my insurance, and her husband asked her to get a hold of me and see how my feet are doing. So she got a hold of me and said, Alan wants to know how your feet are. And I said, well, they're as good as can be expected. I said, I'm not a damn doctor, but yeah, they're good enough, I guess. She calls me back and she says, the old man put me on you. You're a special case. She said, I'm going to come over to your house with my equipment. And so she's technically not, that's not her field, but oh yeah, man, she takes good care of my feet. Yeah. Usually I see her once a month. But we were talking about that. She was willing to come over yesterday, and I said, but I'm going to be live streaming, I'm going to be on a live stream with Phil. And she goes, well, and I said, so if you don't mind being on a live stream, come on over. I said, what? My studio's set up. It's mobile. I can push it out. It'll work. I said, but you got to be willing to, they'll hear you and they'll probably see the top of your head once in a while. Then I got to thinking about it. And I pulled up StreamYard and got on here and put myself up here. And I said, see, that's what they see. And realized her head would be right about here most of the time.
Yeah.
And
it would look awkward.
That's when she said, no, ain't happening. It's the live stream or I work on your feet. I said, my feet can wait. I said, I'll do the live stream. Hey, Dennis. There's Dennis the Menace.
Hey, Tuna.
Didn't have to. Yeah, Dennis. Crazy Dennis. I bet you he's just jonesing, waiting for the ice out, get canoeing again, get outdoors. Fair weather outdoors, yeah. Howdy. Oh, I was so pissed off because they Harbor Freight went and effed up my generator, and they jacked the price up on it, and then they had a discount available until tomorrow. They notified me yesterday that, oh, there's a coupon, but it's only good until Monday. And so it pissed me off. I'm going to end up paying way too much for the Jenny. But Running Water he's one of their members. They got like you can get a membership, kind of like Sam's Club. Running Water's got it. Well, Running Water is my namesake. We got the same name. And so he gets 20% off. He gets 20% off in-store purchase. So figured it out. With his 20% off at their new price, it's going to cost the Jenny's going to cost me $100 less than I thought I was going to have to pay for it. So it was nice that got worked out this evening. Son of a bitch, I was so pissed. I was like, God damn, I'm going to have to pay $150 too much for that damn thing. Now I'm back to where, it's where I wanted the price to be. Yeah, you're barefoot tonight. That's funny, Sam, because this was, oh God, probably 4 or 5 years ago. I was following this gal, and she's into drones.
Mm-hmm.
And she's from Europe, and she goes all over Europe and flies these drones through castles and shit. It's pretty cool. And so I was following her channel, and she was doing live streams and flying these drones. And somebody asked her, because she was sitting on her deck outside of her house, and somebody asked her, I bet you be careful if you're barefoot out on the deck, you'll get slivers. And she says, but I am barefoot.
Yeah.
And she turns her camera and lifts her foot up to show that she's barefoot. She's wearing these fucking furry barefoot, like a bear.
Oh,
slippers.
That's funny. Okay.
Slippers. She's wearing slippers that are bear paws.
I have those.
Everybody laughed their asses off. It was.
I would too.
And you could tell it was not staged. It was just like she's going, oh, you want to see my bare feet?
Yeah.
I'll show you. She turns the camera and lifts up. There she's wearing bear paw slippers. It was just hilarious. It was
I
funny.
have loose ones somewhere. My dog tore the antlers off them, so they now look like, or some shit.
Like they're shedding.
Yeah.
I had a big pair of lion ones, a big lion head, and I won't wear them damn things anywhere. My youngest boy said, I was hauling some stuff to the dump, and he goes,
the dog's out there.
what are those? And I said, those are my lion slippers. And he goes, you're not throwing those in the dump, are you? I said, well, yeah, I ain't wearing no damn lion slippers. That kid's in his 40s now, and he wears them lion slippers. He says he's still got them, and it's been 12 years. He loves his lion slippers. Well, thank God somebody did.
Yeah. I don't have that great of feet, David, but they're just tiny little feet.
That
Small little feetsies.
she's a tiny little person.
Got itty bitty hands, itty bitty feet. Yeah.
The
bear. No socks tonight. Sorry, no shoes, no socks.
Yep, all casual.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. 99% of the time when I'm on a stream, doing a stream, whether I'm on somebody else's or on my own, I'm sitting here in a pair of camel shorts, No socks or shoes and camo shorts. The only thing that changes is what shirt I'm wearing. And I don't know how many times Ann in the past would go, Sty, stand up. I want to see what you're wearing. Stop it, Ann. No.
All I've got is glasses and a tank top. That's it.
That's it.
Tony.
You should charge him $20 to see your feet, Samantha. That's it. That's it. Hey.
That's so funny. Lovely tiny feet. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm trying to catch the puppy. Freaking
playing chase.
No. Creep behind me like, what the frick are you looking for?
I couldn't go outside and carry mine in. He can't make it up the steps anymore, so I had to carry his big ass.
Yeah, I can still hear, so I had to let the dogs out, and I missed the feet.
Yes.
Bullshit.
Guess what? You're gonna have to go back at about 3:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just shit out of luck there. I'm telling you, Travis, you just can't be so slow, man.
Oh, I'm
hey,
sorry.
Travis, we got to add feet in, so it's got to be clouds and stouts and feet. And we're going to be in the money then.
Yeah, foot fetish stream, yeah.
I would have to break my leg to show my feet on camera.
He'd have to stand up on the desk. And then he'd have to lift the leg up.
Go on.
Yep. She's shown them on my stream before. Yep.
I know.
She was wearing pink
okay,
She was wearing pink booties that night.
Yeah.
And she said, fine, I'll take the booty off to show off my foot. And I thought, oh my God, here we go. Samantha striptease. Samantha striptease on my channel. It's going to go viral. You watch.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be her new intro on Phil's stream.
Yep. Oh, pink booty up there. Oh, yeah. Voila. Yeah, Thursday night. Yep.
Marcedale's still mad at me for talking about her feet, so I'm upset.
Jimmy, stop.
Don't go there.
You better watch it.
I was going to say something that I realized I don't want you to get your ass beat by Marcedale, and then you bring that shit up.
That's it. Don't worry about it, Travis. He'll do it to himself. No, he don't need our help.
I know, because when you're done with your stream, I'm gonna start one up, and then it's just gonna be titled Jimmy gets his ass beat by Marcedale.
That's it. That's when everything goes downhill, man.
We were watching TV the other night. And we were both barefooted, and we had our feet up on the ottomans. And she just looked at me. She's like, "You know what? Fuck you."
A little bit of the how dare you.
Well, this started as a boys stream. I'm gonna let it end that way. I got a couple things to do. Thanks for having me, Sty.
Oh, you betcha. We're at that point to wrap up. So, hey, thanks for being here. I'm glad you were able to squeeze it in tonight.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you real soon, girl.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
See
I was able to squeeze it in. That was great. No.
Would you shut the hell up?
We don't say phrasing anymore. No, we don't.
Don't be. Oh, you're terrible.
Oh man,
that is so bad. I can't believe it, Travis, that you went down that fucking road. Well, yes, I can. I take that back.
Have
Yes,
you never
I
been
can.
on one of Travis's streams? Come on,
Yeah, I've been around the block enough times that I take that back. I take it back. The at least Sam's laughing.
Now I'm just mad that I'm not going to be there for the after party and for the stream. I'm really frustrated.
Yeah, I
with that
won't be
right
able to
now.
go to the after party either. I got to work Wednesday. That
Yes.
sucks. I don't know what they're going to do.
Hopefully, I did send that bottle of Old Humble to Joe, so it said it would be there by Tuesday. So hopefully,
Shay's doing the after party this week. That's right. So they'll have a rocking after party. It'll be good.
I know, but I'm gonna miss it. I don't
Oh,
care about who's doing it. I'm
I'm
just
gonna
saying.
miss
that is, you really don't even want to know who's doing it because you can't be there.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to wake up really early the next day, that'd be a different story. But I'm working the night shift, so.
Oh, yeah, not good. No.
Well, I don't have to be to work till like 7:30, so I might be able to stay up for a little bit.
Go on.
Time I get off in the morning.
No apologies needed, Lonnie. Yeah,
I'm thinking today's Monday. That's tomorrow's Monday.
yeah,
Still got a whole nother day of drinking before we even get to that.
yeah. You got an hour and 5 minutes before you can call it tomorrow, there, Jimmy. That's
We'll make it there.
we'll make it there. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh,
hey, guys, we're going on the 4-hour mark. I'm going to have to be wrapping this up, guys. Yeah, well, shit. Not having Ann on my panel, I forget to take my meds, you know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Don't rely on me. I'm worse than you, I think.
And I got them sitting right here in front of my ass all the time, and there's no way I should ever forget. But I'm gonna get off of here, and I got some taco fixings. I'm gonna make me a big ass old burrito, and the only thing hot I got around here is some Texas Pete. So cheap Dollar Tree Texas Pete. So I guess I'll sprinkle the shit out of it with that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's something at least. Got to give it some kind of kick, you know. The flavors will be good, but don't have enough kick in the taco meat. So
if you go by Walmart, pick up that Melinda's ghost pepper sauce. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
That's just the right amount.
I've actually got it. I got it written down here, Jimmy. Melinda's ghost pepper sauce. So I'm going to be looking for it when I'm over there. Check that out.
Jimmy, look in private chat.
Oh, righty. Hold on. I'm almost there. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You guys are going to have fun, eh?
Right up until I pass out.
There you go.
I mean, you leave and make a bologna sandwich that takes you 45 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah. You know,
I got a bad habit of passing out on Travis's stream, so.
Then you know it's going to be good.
Oh, Gowani, I know it's Texas Pete is. I'm just good. I'm using enough of it to give it a little more heat than it's got, but everything else got enough flavor to hide the Texas Pete. The only reason I got it is I got a friend that whenever he comes over and we do eat, he loves his Texas Pete, and I just watch him and I go, oh, okay, yeah. And if he loves it and it's only $1 a bottle, yeah, I'll make sure I got it for him. You know,
could be Gowani, could be, but
yeah, it could be too much drinking.
Or not.
Never know. You don't know till the following day, right?
Yeah, I've only had to crawl around the floor a couple times in the last couple of years, so I'm good.
That's not bad.
One of those was from a damn hot challenge. It wasn't even a freaking drinking.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So hey guys, Travis, Jimmy, thanks guys for hanging out with me tonight. and with all the folks out in the chat. Everybody out in the chat, you have a very good night. And hey, if you're available tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Central Time, Sty Times. Yep.
All right. We'll see you around, Sty.
Hope to see you all there.
Have a good night, brother.
Until later.
Take care, Sty.
Bye-bye, guys. We're going to dance our ass out of here with that hugger.
Oh, yeah.